Hello. Are you ready for someone to ruin the vibes? The vibes haven't even started. They can't be ruined if they aren't even there. But I am ready. I'm ready for new vibes. Not bad vibes, just different vibes. Get in here. Yes, that is a secret guest. That is a super special guest.
I can't
Oh my
fucking believe
god.
this.
Why do you have the Merriam-Webster dictionary?
What?
You've got the Merriam-Webster dictionary.
Oh, I do. It's because last time we did this, we were doing Monster Road Trip or whatever,
I
and I kept bringing up the Merriam-Webster definition of things.
You did.
That was the reoccurring bit of that stream.
Well, you can have the Merriam-Webster dictionary for today.
Wowee. I can't believe it. I get to flex my vernacular once more.
You're welcome. It's not the Oxford dictionary, but
Yay.
I'll take it.
Pedantics.
Literally tomato
Oh.
tomato.
Mm-hmm. Potato.
I got a scone.
Ooh.
I found out that I have scones in a very strange way, and that is completely plain.
Mm. You know what? This does bring up a very necessary question, and that is, are you like a dry pastry person, or are you like a soft pastry person? Do you prefer like the flakiness, or do you prefer like the chewiness?
Flaky. I definitely like flaky more.
Really?
But when it comes to pastries, I kind of like a balance of both, but mostly for savory pastries.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Like if it's a
I guess.
croissant, I want that to just be crisp and fresh and tasty. Or like bread, I want
Mm-hmm.
that to be crisp. But if it's like a meat pie, then I want it to have like that goo inside, but I want it to be flaky and crispy outside.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Why? What are you?
Because I was gonna say it depends on it. Because I'm kind of right there with you when it's like, for me, if I'm just having a croissant by itself, I'd kind of want it to be like crisp,
Yeah.
kind of like flaky. But if I'm having a croissant sandwich, I don't want it like crisp and flaky because it's going to start falling apart as soon as I take a bite out of the sandwich.
Mmm.
So then I kind of want it to be like kind of like more soft and squishy, so it makes for more satisfying like
So it's
all
easier
around.
to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like, ooh, I would have toast with butter on its own. I want that to
Mm-hmm.
be nice and crispy. But if I were to have it as a sandwich, I much prefer having it more, a little bit softer.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
everything doesn't break apart, you know? So it all kind of has better consistency.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, what am I looking at? What are you working on? What's this art that everyone's so obsessed about around here?
That everyone's so obsessed about.
Everyone's so obsessed with this art thing, this whole
Well,
expressing oneself through mediums. I don't get it.
well, so you pick up a paintbrush and then you kind of
Okay.
scratch it against a medium, such as a piece of
Okay.
paper,
All
and
right.
you typically have a gooey substance attached to it. But then
Mm.
what I like to do is I like to mix that gooey substance with
You
a
like
bit of
having it
water.
crisp and flaky.
No. I like to mix it with water because if it's crisp and flaky, then it's just going to scratch against the paper and it won't really stick. Some people like the
Mm.
effect of having very crisp paint, but that's more for touch-ups. It's more for like little texture details, but normally I would want it to be more softer. And
I see.
then
I see.
you mix that together with other gooey substances of varying colors, and the result is a bunch of colors that look like things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And people like that. Sometimes people like it when it doesn't look like things. That's when we get to contemporary art. Yeah, these are just two Fata Morgana characters. I'm going back to my roots.
Mm.
And also trying to do a bit of a fake watercolor kind of feel. I have not
Okay.
done before digitally, so it's a bit of a weird experience. I liked the coloring bit, but then it's a lot harder to get that mixed media feel without actually using like a pencil or a pen on top of everything. Like having to kind of replicate that with digital brushes is really awkward. But it's all trial and error.
It's all a process.
It really is. The amount of times I repeat that.
It's fine. Like, here's the thing. If you didn't enjoy it, you wouldn't keep doing this, you know?
Exactly.
It's a trial and error process. Blah, blah, blah. Creative stuff.
I mean, I hate to sound incredibly
No, you'd love to. So.
I hate to sound incredibly pretentious. However, it is the process of
However.
learning that makes it more engaging and fun.
Yeah. I think that's something that people have to learn, is that they have to learn to like to learn. That seems... I probably could have worded that a little bit more efficiently, but...
People have to learn to like to learn, guys.
Yeah, it's like people have to kind of realize that learning is part of the process, and if they kind of embrace that, then they can kind of enjoy just every part of the journey, rather than like, I don't know, gifted kid mentality of, if I don't get it right out of the gate, I'm done. I'm cooked. I don't know what to do.
You have to drop that really quickly when you're learning something new. Whether it's like art or music. I mean, music is art. You know what I mean. Whether it's anything, a language.
Damn controversial opinion.
Whether it's art or music.
Music's not art, guys.
Music just sounds put together. Like, it doesn't actually mean anything, so.
Damn, I didn't know I was in the chat with Ollie. Wow. There you go. That's the one call out for the day.
the only stray that we're getting.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like how people are like, yeah, you know, if AI art is just there, you know, like we could just do like that just saves so much of the process. But oh my god, that completely flipped. But it's the fun of learning. It's like it's like if you just suddenly got the skills of like someone that's been painting for 10 years. You're gonna get bored of it so quickly. Like you're gonna make something and then be like, well, whatever, you know. It's just a thing.
Just something I do. I don't care.
You don't really appreciate it as much. And it's like, you have to kind of learn that even the quote-unquote shit art that you make, like the ones that are, you know, when you start out and everything, I think if you kind of have some sort of drive behind it, like, you can look back at it and think, wow, I did that. I still look back at the stuff I did in 2020 and I'm like, yeah, that looks very shoddy. However, I remember every single stroke and how long it took me to just do that really janky skitty. Like, that was one of my first digital arts. And you know what? That took me hours. It only took me 2 hours, but I remember it feeling like eons. Like, it took ages just to paint that. It's like, now I could do that in a couple of minutes and get the same result, but...
Wow.
Because it literally was just following a tutorial. Like, I wasn't even doing it from scratch. I was looking up one of those, like, draw a circle, then draw another circle, then join the circles together, then you've made a skitty.
Fake 1, fake 2, fake 3, the rest of the animal.
No, literally. And it's like, now I could draw a skitty without even looking at a skitty, but... It's that kind of, like, that memory of doing it the first time was like, oh my god, this is... I'm doing things, I'm making art. It was
struggle.
It was a struggle, but it was also really exciting. I remember being so excited just to get the right colors. And looking back at it now, it's like they weren't perfect colors, and it wasn't like, you know, it didn't look amazing, but I remember thinking, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" Even though I knew it wasn't great, but I was like, "This, I did this." I was just
This
really
is
excited.
my amazing.
This is my amazing. Or like those shitty Fata Morgana, Danganronpa sprites that I used to make. Those were
They
so
were
much
you.
fun. They were so much fun
They
to
were
do.
you, though.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know how to take that.
What do you mean? I'm complimenting you. I'm just saying every little thing you choose to pursue and do is very on brand for you.
That's
You
true.
know, you are very aware of what you are about, and so you pursue that unapologetically. So
I did. I just wanted to have fun with it, and it's like for me, it was making really shitty kind of shit posts.
having fun unacceptable. You have to trend chase.
Like the idea of making some kind of really cool artistic-y thing never even occurred to me. I was just like, no, I can see other people doing that. I want to do something that only I can do right now, which is making really stupid shit posts and like a bunch of dumb jokes. And it's like, I had so much fun with that. Other people had fun with that too, even though it looked so janky, but it was funny. And we all kind of got a laugh out of it. And that's why I look back at it really fondly, because I wasn't trying to kind of exceed my capabilities, but I was kind of pushing it like a little bit every single time.
Nodders. I have been struggling with this little baggie this whole time.
I could hear that. I was wondering what it was.
It's like one of those like I guess fancier Ziploc bags in like a more thick plastic shell, and it's supposed to be like, oh, you open it and then you seal it back up. But I opened it once, I sealed it back, and now I cannot find a way to open it. And so I'm like, maybe like this, no, maybe like this. Maybe I gotta dig my fingernail in over there and try to like pry it open, but that doesn't work. So I'm
No.
Maybe I just gotta get rid of this whole ass thing. Maybe I just gotta start biting into it like some kind of creature.
That might work. I mean, that's typically what I do if I'm struggling with a packet.
Put your hints to opening up plastic bags in the comments below.
How do you open your plastic bags, guys?
How do you open it? Now here's the real question: have you ever had anybody or known anyone who holds something in their teeth when their hands are full?
I used to do that when I was younger. But I don't know anyone that does that now. Do you?
No, I don't.
That's such a specific thing to ask, though.
And I just remembered because, like, I remember someone trying to carry like a whole bunch of stuff, and then like they were on the
like
phone.
Full on dog.
They had they had like a bag of groceries in their teeth as they were trying to like bring in a bunch of stuff. I think it was a neighbor. I remember just being like, "Wow, that's a lot."
That sounds right. Sometimes it's hard to only have two hands. You have to make extras. Make do with what you have.
Genetic mutation is the future. It's true.
You never know what might end up happening soon.
I mean, apparently once we get to Deus Ex levels of cybernetic enhancements, we're just cooked in general, so...
Well...
People start questioning what makes a human human.
No! I hate that so much! That's like my least favorite sci-fi trope.
We get to have our philosophy 101s in real life. It's gonna be great.
But if we're all cybernetic, then what part of us is human? But if we're brains in a robot, who are we?
Wow. Oh, brains in a jar, brains in a jar! I hate the brains in the jar thing so much.
I don't even know what that is.
I think it was like, it's like a it's literally just that thing that we were just talking about, of just like, oh, if you're just a brain in a jar connected to a bunch of stuff, are you still a person? You know?
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should go the Ghost in the Shell route and just embrace being part of a network.
Damn. There's a lot going on with that one, so.
I think we
I'd
should
say,
start questioning what makes us human and start questioning who gives a shit. Like, if we turn into robots, then like that's fine. We've
mm-hmm.
clearly just reached that point that we're making robots and becoming them.
Yeah. I mean, we're reaching the point where we shouldn't just keep defining what makes. We need to stop reinventing everything. We need to just embrace that change is going to happen, and that it's okay for definitions to change alongside it. So what does it mean to be a human? Who cares? You know?
Why don't we just make more robots that do really dumb menial tasks and just end it there?
But what if we went one step further? What if we made them feel? This
Why?
one, this one scrubs the floors, and I made him scream. Nosy how this could possibly backfire.
I hate it. Like, why do we actually need sentient AI? Why are people so obsessed with sentient AI?
I don't know. I think
Like,
because people are always obsessed with the idea of creating life, and they want to create a new form of life through the internet.
Oh my god. It's like when I was I did cyber psychology as one of my modules in my final year.
Oh, that sounds mildly unbearable.
No. It was like it focused mostly on like part of it was just like how do you do like cognitive study tests like online? Like it's just like kind of boring stuff like that. And using programs and things. Another section of it was like a little bit of robotics, a little bit of like how.
Oh my god! I opened it. We did it!
Yay! But yeah, a little bit of how like robots, you know, how they use like consultation with psychologists on how to make AI function in a similar way to like people. Another one that was very controversial was the use of AI therapists. And yeah, that's when we went into a direction of, it was kind of a general consensus of, you know, this isn't something that will ever replicate human therapy, because human therapy is so people-centered, especially if you're going for like an integrative approach. Like, you know, when you're using cognitive behavioral therapy, and then also like the more individualized ones, like you have a therapist that's going to use structural kind of approaches, like evidence-based approaches, which a computer can copy, but then most if not all therapists will use an integrative approach by using that, plus just kind of catering that to your individual needs by knowing you as a person. And it's like you can never get that quality of understanding with a robot, no matter what kind of no matter what you teach it, like no matter how much consultation they get from cyber psychologists, like people that are specifically there to integrate that into AI, it's not going to ever reach that quality of you know, being a person. It's not like AI art or generative art where you're copying other people's art and piecing it together like a puzzle. You can't do that with, you know, understanding a person. That's completely different.
Yeah. I think it was my psychiatrist when I saw him the first time. He was like, the funny part about like all these procedures and like this field is that people don't fit into nice little boxes. It's like a Venn diagram. And people just, there's so much overlap with like each individual thing. And, you know, eventually we got somewhere, but it took a while because it was a lot of like, okay, this, and this could mean this, or it could mean this. But I think it's pretty safe to assume that like all three of these categories overlap into each other, So we'll try getting something for this, you know?
Yeah. And that's really
So-
how it goes, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's
Even
just
if you have a
going through the
diagnosis,
process.
like if you're diagnosed with ADHD, you're not gonna be like someone else that has ADHD. You're not gonna like behave or respond in the same way as someone with ADHD. It's like how people are like, oh yeah, you know you have ADHD if you get distracted at work or you can't sit down for more than like 10 minutes at a time.
Tag relatable, am I right?
And it's like, yeah, but go to another person with ADHD. They're going to have a completely different experience. Some people sit down for too long and they can't get out of a concentration loop. Like that's, they get hyperfixated on what they're doing. And not in the way of like, oh, I get hyperfixated with this thing and I can't stop thinking about it. Like literally for every little thing, like they'll go on their phone and they can't get off of it. And that's not because they're like addicted to their phone. It's just that they literally can't. Their brain is just kind of fixed on it. Or like they'll be, trying to do a task and then they'll get so fixed on doing it. Like if they're doing an essay or trying to write just a simple email, they'll get so stuck on making it perfect that they won't be able to get off it. And that's someone's experience and someone else is going to be completely different. But people just love the idea of boxing people up into like, you have ADHD, you're going to be like this, and this is your fix. And it's like, that's not how people work.
The people who provide funding to these organizations and projects especially love doing that because if it's just...
If it's easy, it's easy for them and cheaper.
I don't understand. Like, why can't you just do this? And it's like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to actually murder you. Get over here right now. Oh, man.
It's just really...
It's so dumb.
Yeah. I love coloring.
So, what's been going on with you?
I played Clock Tower yesterday. The old, it was a remake of it. Well, I didn't play it. I watched someone play it. Me pretending I played that. I drew a whole map though.
Ooh.
It was one of those old games that like you're going around an entire mansion and like side scroller style, but it's like really easy to get lost because there's so many rooms, and they don't give you a map. Like it's so old that they just don't give you a map, and it's like you just need to remember where everything is, and someone's chasing you, so you have to remember the hiding places. So I just started drawing the map myself, and that was really fun. I felt very old school. Aside from that,
definitely.
Aside from that, it's been quite a quiet week. I started watching. Well, I didn't start watching it. I started and finished it in the same day. This really shitty show by the same writer as
This is promising start. All right.
To All the Boys I Love and That Summer I Turned Pretty. And I actually like To All the Boys I Love. I think it's a really nice change of pace from the typical kind of teen drama kind of books. Because the main character's just like, she's just a very fun person. And like, it's just nice. But then the other one was, so it's called Exo Kitty. And it's a Korea Boo show.
Okay.
It's literally about a girl that is like long distance dating this guy in Korea. And then...
Okay.
And then she's like, oh, I gotta go to like my first day of high school is next week. And she just puts on this PowerPoint presentation to her parents being like, hey, so this is why I need to go to Korea to be with the guy that I love. And also to know more about my mom because she's half Korean. And they're just like, okay, fine. And they send her off.
What?
No questions asked.
Must
Which
have been a pretty
made me
convincing
think
PowerPoint.
They want to get rid of this girl so quickly.
Oh. Huh? What's that? Yeah, sure. Get out of our hair. Damn.
And then so then she goes to Korea. She's like, I'm gonna surprise him. It's gonna be the best. She goes to school. There's like this big dance on the first day because I guess. And she sees him walk in. She runs to him. And she's like, oh my god, it's me. And then she's like, I prepared this. She's literally told everyone in her life that she's going to have her first kiss and she's going to make out with him the second she sees him. Which is already just, what the fuck? And then...
It's a very long distance relationship, big talk thing. Just to be as soon as I see them, just clothes are flying off. We're going to do all this stuff right then and there in the airport. Like,
oh my god.
Are you?
And then, as she's about to go in for it, a girl pops out behind him, and she's like,
oh my.
Oppa, who's this?
Oh no.
And yep, that's his girlfriend. And yeah, the whole thing is just really, really Korea boo. It's very much like, you know, white girl goes to Korea and it does Korean things. And like you'll have these moments, and it's just very like K-drama tropey, like, but like from someone that's seen a couple of K-dramas and they're like, oh, okay, so we have to do this trope and this trope and this trope. But they don't
like
actually...
we're checking boxes.
Yeah, but they don't actually, like, you know, the heart of a K-drama isn't there. It's like the cheesy K-dramas that, you know, are kind of manufactured for the tropes. And not the ones that have, like...
The Netflix warehouse?
Yeah, pretty much. The Netflix K-dramas, pretty much. Like, I know that you don't watch any of those. I have seen my fair share of Netflix K-dramas. They are soulless. They are so trashy. They're so popular, too, but only because Netflix will literally just shill it to everyone.
Yeah.
But they're so, oof. They'll get, like, big-name actors or, like, pretty boys. And, like, you know, like, an actor that's so pretty, but they've got no charisma. That's just all of them.
Man.
Which is kind of like, I guess, Netflix kind of TV shows that do that, too. Where they're like, oh, well, we're going to have this really attractive cast.
Yeah.
But there's going to be no substance behind it.
Yeah, that's... I don't even know what else I can really add to that, because it sounds like you just kind of got everything there, but like, that's really the problem, is that the process of serialization and mass manufacturing media is that you have to start cutting these corners, make it a little more soulless, and start just being like, what do people want to see, rather than what do we want to make? And like be like, we know there's an audience out there for this concept, but instead it's like, let's just go with something safe. Let's just throw in some faces that people know. Let's throw in some pretty people. And I don't know, we'll get like, 1.5 million views in the first week or so. And then it'll slowly dip down. But all we really need to do is show those like first few weeks of investment to like people who are interested in order to keep the train going. So.
Pretty much.
It's all about the first splash, the first wave, the first episode buzz. Fuck me. I'm so tired of it. You know, you guys can make a good whole series, right? You don't gotta just dump everything in the first episode to get engagement. You know that, right?
It really is like that. Or they'll make one pretty good season and then just kind of keep going with nothing.
Yeah.
With nothing to go on.
I'm gonna charge my phone. Give me a sec. It's only a 57, but that's still like an uncomfortable number for me. Okay. I am back.
I'm wondering how to do this.
I guess while you wonder, I will steal the baton and talk about the penguin some more, because good God.
The penguin?
So, weren't you tied down to a chair and forced to watch the 3-hour Batman movie that came out recently? Or did you bail out of that one? You didn't do that one?
I watched
the one
10
with
minutes
Robert
of
Pattinson?
it, and I fell asleep.
Okay. Cool. Honestly, nice. I think it's a pretty fun movie, but it's also way too much time investment. It's way too.
It probably would be. My only issue with it is that I couldn't hear anyone speaking, so I kind of just checked out.
It is also a very mumbly one. It does not help. It's a very for theaters kind of movie,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
where
exactly. I
everything's
felt like
so
the sound
fucking
mixing was just like kind of all over the
yeah.
place, and I couldn't hear what they were saying, and there were lots of like talking, and I was like, I can't really.
And a lot of city ambience too. We love having our city ambience in these
Yeah.
fucking movies for some reason. So you'll see two people talking and be like, I'm telling you, man, Gotham is.
It's like I'm trying to hear you speak. Please, just put it in the background. Just hover over it, but in silence.
It's possible to do that and just have like a little moody soundtrack, and that'll do the job just fine. You know, just
you don't have to hear the city to feel the city.
So, the Penguin's in that movie, and he's literally just like a jobber guy. They don't paint him as like a big deal. He's just like some schmuck.
Yeah.
And so, I love talking about this show, but at the same time, I realize talking about it is one of those things that's like, if you steal that experience from someone, they'll never have it when they watch it, kind of things. Because the first episode, the first 15 minutes, will either sell you on the series or make you walk away. Like, to me, that's how good it is. It has a very fun theme for me, which, you know, I guess a good like kind of thing to kind of relate to it is I recently saw Saturday Night in theaters with my partner a few weeks back, which is a disaster piece film about the first episode of Saturday Night Live and all the craziness that happened before it aired.
Is it like true to what happened? Or is it kind of like a silly made up thing?
I think it's probably exaggerated, but there are some parts of it that definitely ring true as like, oh yeah, I can definitely see that being real. Like, they have they love doing this. They have like a handful of themes that they keep hammering you with throughout the movie, and one of them is, well, what is this show? Like, do you even know what the show is? And like the show creator keeps like dodging the question, and they're like, you want music? You want like skits? You want to show off like new talent and comedy and stuff? Like, what is this show? What is it supposed to be? And he's like, that's a really good question. And he walks away. But the whole thing's supposed to be like a pressure cooker thing of like, in 2 hours at midnight, they're going to go live.
On Saturday.
But, on a Saturday? Yeah. And the whole thing is like, okay, do you have your music group plans? No. Do you have your soundstage plan? No. Do you have your sets made? No. So they're just literally trying to throw this show together in 2 hours before they're expected to go live. And all the old big names that they used to have are being played by different actors, which is like very nice. I kind of love that. And yeah, no, it's just it's one of my favorite kinds of movies, which is what else could possibly go wrong? And then just the boiling pot aspect of like, when's it gonna boil over? And then, you know, the satisfying resolution of everything coming together. And yes, for people who kind of know a little bit of history about Saturday Night Live, yes, they do have an exaggerated Jim Henson. Because this was when Jim Henson got his first big TV spot before Sesame Street. Was introducing his puppets for Saturday Night Live, trying to do adult comedy sketches, because that's what he really wanted to do at first.
Really?
He really wanted... Yeah, he wanted to do like raunchy adult comedy stuff with puppets, but no one got it. Like, that was the really predominant thing with him, is that nobody really understood what he wanted to do or why. They're like, but why puppets? Why do you want to do adult comedy with these things that people think are for kids? You know, is it just for the juxtaposition? And he just wouldn't give up on it until, well, the kid stuff started making him the money to keep going. I think the closest Jim Henson ever got to actually achieving that vision is the Dark Crystal.
Did he do that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think that qualifies as something. Definitely not for kids.
And then his studio picked it up for the sequel series on Netflix too.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch that one.
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch it either. I
And
heard
I
it was
also wasn't
all
a
right.
huge Dark Crystal fan. I mean, I did watch it when I was like
Same.
too young to really like it, but then also I'm not a huge
That's
fan
the
of
thing
things that are
too.
overly depressing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
It's like
I
when
just
people talked
remember
about the
every
Black
scene.
Cauldron growing up too.
Okay. Yes. However, I
Oh, I'm
think
getting
there was
howevered.
I don't know. Okay, I can't explain it. There's like an I feel like there's a little bit more hope in Black Cauldron for me at least. Like I don't know. I feel like I clung to something in that one, but with Dark Crystal, everything just felt so depressing.
Yeah, I
But
think it's
like it's
because
more like the loneliness of the world. Maybe because they were puppets, it just felt like this feels like it's happening on Pluto. Like, you know, somewhere really
hmm,
cold and lonely and far away from everything else. And
yeah,
I don't know any of these characters. They all look very creepy. And like I can't root for everyone because again, everyone is really creepy and I don't like anyone. But in like I guess in
yeah.
Black Cauldron I did like the characters, so that's probably what kept me attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, that's how I'm
So,
rationalizing it in my child brain.
mm-hmm. So yeah, all that to say is that I really like my slow burn disaster piece movies of like things steadily going more and more wrong until big revelation happens at the end of the second act that brings the third act into everything coming together in a really satisfying way. Um,
Oh,
that's Saturday Night, and in a sense, that's kind of what the Penguin is too. It's
interesting.
it's it's definitely a different take on the Penguin, which I can appreciate. I like what they're doing. Um, so yeah, that's the Penguin. It has a handful of like surprising actors that show up in it. Clancy fucking Brown is in it, which dude, he's showing up everywhere. I don't know what's going on with him in his personal life, but he's everywhere nowadays. It's crazy.
Who's that?
Mr. Krabs
Oh,
or
right.
Mr. Krabs or I guess Lex Luthor if you grew up with that Lex Luthor.
He was someone
But
else that was really important to me.
it's fine. I'll bring up the behind the voicing.
I'm looking. I'm looking.
Yep, there he is, Clancy Brown, same strange face. His top ones are Mr. Krabs, Lex Luthor, Dr. Neo Cortex, Savage Opress, and Hank Anderson. But
Hmm.
we'll find some more in here, I'm sure.
It's gonna be something not popular, I know. I'm scrolling all the
Well,
way
I
to the
knew he was
bottom.
in. He was all over Invincible. I remember that much.
Oh, yeah! Never mind. It
He
wasn't
was in
not
Detroit, Become
popular.
Human.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. It was Detroit Become Human and Promising Young Women.
Hmm. Yeah, he's in like in all kinds of live action roles these last few years, and it's been very good for him. I'm gonna say. I think he's really enjoying it. So, because he also played a piece of shit professor in Gen X, the boys spinoff show. He played a piece of shit professor, and then he immediately got like he got like annihilated in the first episode. But
Oh, wow.
it was very satisfying. So, yeah. So he's in there as well. I'm just gonna bring up a list of actors in the Penguin, and I don't know if any of them are gonna sound familiar. So here we go. Let's see. Colin Farrell as the Penguin is such a strange choice for me, but he makes the role work.
Colin Farrell.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like a
He's...
I don't know what to say. He's like a B-list pretty guy actor. He's like older now, and they just kind of grab him whenever they need a dude to look older and like not overshine the main talent, you know? But he's been in like all kinds of stuff. He's definitely a B-list guy, so it's very funny to me that like he has a whole show now.
Do I remember him from Daredevil? Is that where I'm remembering him from?
Oh, he might be.
Was he the guy with the tattoos?
Yeah, he was Bullseye.
Oh my god, yeah, because his eyes look so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
what
he's
I
the
remember him
Penguin.
from.
Yep, there it is. He's the Penguin in the
Oh my
Penguin.
god.
This is very funny.
He's got a very
The
piercing stare. I can kind of see that being a little bit creepy. He creeped me out as Bullseye.
mhm. The other big name for me is Kristen Milioti, or Milioti. Milioti. There it is.
Fresh Fiend.
It's Christine with a C. It's like Cristin.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's her, yeah.
Yeah, she plays like the other big character in it for me, and she does a fucking fantastic job. She really steals it when the spotlight's on her.
That's good. Every time I've seen her in something, I feel like her role has always been really flat, but not because of her, just because of like the character that she was given.
Yeah,
I've only
and
seen her
don't
in
worry,
like kind of trashy comedies. That's probably it.
that definitely makes up a lot of her filmography. The other, don't worry. If you want the flat performance, we got you covered because Renzi Feliz plays street kid who gets picked up and has sort of found family, but not really with the Penguin.
Who's that?
He's just some guy actor. That's all I can say.
Actor.
Like literally, it's like started acting in 2016. And it's like he was in the Teen Wolf TV series. He was in American Horror Stories. He was in
not even like the normal one.
Yes, not even the normal one. Just one episode in like 2021.
Of American Horror Stories.
Mm-hmm.
Like American Horror Stories not even good, but he got in the bad version of it.
Yeah, that should kind of show you the bar that he can kind of hit.
God.
So, he was in Encanto. It's fine though. He was Camillo. I never watched Encanto. I don't know. So, yeah, it's like that. And in this one, he plays a stuttering street youth who's just really trying to get by. And yeah, I would say the show as a whole, it fluctuates wildly in quality from episode to episode. But episode 1 and this most latest episode, episode 6, they both were really, really good to me. So I was like, okay, I'm back in.
That's always a bonus.
So.
What kind of vibe is it? Or is that a spoiler?
It's like it's one of those shows that tries to do it all. It has aspects of drama. It has drama. It has suspense in it. It's a lot of like, the music is slowly building up as two people stare at each other over a table when one person mentions something and the other person, they're like gauging the other's reactions. It's there's a lot of comedy to it, but I feel like the comedy is like very in the moment sort of things. Like one of my little favorite moments, just because of how real it is the Penguin's trying to get to a funeral, and he's like waddling across the street to get to this cathedral when like the press is swarming the place and people are zooming by in cars, and there's like one car that's slowing down as it's seeing him and it stops, and he's trying to wave them by, and then they start to go and they stop, and then they just wave him by, and then he just like kind of like just and then he just waddles past them. It's just like such a brief thing, but for me I think it's really funny. So there's lots of moments like that. It can be brutal. There is a lot of violence. It also has this weird, like, I don't know, plight of the common people motif to it as well. There's a lot of like, man, everything's so messed up in Gotham. Why is that? And someone just goes, because they don't care about us, man. And I'm like, yeah? No, I get it, guys. You don't gotta keep reminding me. I understand. Literally, one of the first lines in the first episode is that, I can't believe it. The Riddler blew up the water walls and the city got flooded, but the rich neighborhoods are all fine. And it's like, okay, I get it, guys. I know what we're doing. I get what we're going for. So, it's a lot of that.
Is it trying to like make you sympathize or understand what the Penguin is doing?
Yes and no. it's a lot of it's a gang show at heart.
Yeah.
That's what it's about crime. And
And crime
it
does come
likes
from
to
a
just
place most of the time, doesn't it? So
yes.
that's probably what they're trying to do, isn't it?
Yeah, they're trying to like justify why the crime or explain why the crime in Gotham is so comedically out of control. So, it's fine. It's fun for what it is. I'm just there's a lot of moments that make me go, why do we waste time doing this? Or why do we do this? Or, why are we dragging our heels when it comes to this development? Or why do we have to have this happen in order to get to here? It's a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it also doesn't help that it's a victim of, I don't know, modern big budget short running TV series syndrome, which is it has a stellar first episode, in my opinion, at the very least. I don't know. Other people could just be like, yeah, it's fine. And you know what? That's valid too. But for me, I thought it was spectacular.
Yeah.
And I was looking forward to seeing the same director for the other episodes, and then he wasn't there for the other episodes.
Aww.
It was always someone different. So I was like, oh man, like we're doing this because you know what else was a big budget short running television series that rotated directors frequently that very quickly became like a major flaw of the series? The Mandalorian. So,
I never watched that one.
I didn't either. It's the first season seemed like it would be something up my alley, but I just watched other people kind of dissect it to the point where I didn't feel the need to check it out. And it's like, okay, that seems like fun. It's like space western. People are saying it.
Oh my god, my sound just exploded. Everything sounds crackly. Okay. Oh, I think you've been removed. 1 second. Let me fix that.
I'm crunched up.
There we go. Okay, I can hear you again.
Oh, okay. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Coco's not responding.
Oh, no. There we go.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hello?
My
I was talking
sprite
for a
also
minute,
wasn't
Flint freaked
working.
out.
Everyone freaked out.
Mm-hmm. I was still yapping.
We've been talking about 5 other TV shows in that time.
It's true. I could have. Anyways, yeah. I'm watching The Penguin. On top of watching mandatory seasonal animes.
I haven't watched an anime in ages.
Mm-hmm. I'm watching too many animes right now.
How are they?
I'm having a lot of fun with a lot of them.
I mean, that's good.
Let's see. Bring up Go-Go anime, because 9 anime got caught in the crossfires.
R.I.P.
I know. Rip to the real ones, man. I'm too
Although,
lazy to go searching for another one.
Go-Go anime has always been there.
It's true. So, let's see. This one was from last season, but it took a break for a few weeks, and now it's back. Delico's Nursery. Would you like me to summarize this one in one sentence?
Yes, please.
Messy vampire dads are investigating a murder and trying to raise their kids at the same time.
Is that the one with the vampires and the babies?
Yes.
I've only seen people posting pictures of, like, hot men and their equivalent babies. So that's what
That's what the show is.
I thought it was one of those POV shows, you know, where it's like a guy tucking you into bed and it's just that's the episode. Or like the maid
Nope.
that like berates you and then that's the episode and it's like you, the viewer, and not like a character. I thought that's what it was.
Nope, this one's a full-fledged show. It's about investigating murders and vampire
Huh.
culture stuff, and it's a whole series.
That is
And
not what I thought.
I'm having a lot of fun with it. I will say though, there is one aspect of it that is very weird, and I don't know why they did it.
What is it?
The whole show is involving this big head vampire, like this mythical vampire that definitely exists, but is like such a force of nature that he cannot be stopped. And it's called like the true of vamp.
True or vamp?
The true of vamp. Do you want to know what they abbreviate that to?
Sure.
Trump.
What?
So the whole episode, they're talking about the true of vamp, and they'll just be like, Trump. And every time it's like a sucker punch. It's like getting jabbed in the fucking nose. And you're like, fuck, there it is again. So
You think they know?
They had to have. There's no way. Because it's insane. It's so crazy. Let's see. What else is going on for this season for me? Yes. One of my favorites here. I realized very quickly after watching the My Dear Friend anime that some comedy just doesn't work for me. You know? The deer one is just the absurdity is a girl is a deer. That's it. That's the joke. And it's whatever weird, wonky stuff we can add on top of that. There's no plot, even. So it was kind of hard for me to stay invested in the show, but I watched it all the way through. It was... I didn't like it. But this one, though, it has its theme, and it's kind of like purposefully drawn and animated in a very low-budget fashion as part of the joke.
Ooh.
And it's called Mirai in Love. The whole concept is an otaku teacher is relentlessly being pursued by one of her students. She's not into him. And then one day out of the blue, this same student gets a makeover, and he looks exactly like her favorite character in her favorite otome game.
What?
And she is not okay after that. And then it kind of leaves the door open for them to like explore relationships and stuff. But it does this very nice thing, which a lot of comedy stuff doesn't do, and that's pump the brakes and go, let's talk about what it means to be in a relationship. And then you go, oh, okay, hold up, wait a minute, we're doing something here. And it also helps that the show's really fucking funny. It works. Like, every aspect of the wordplay, the way they interact with each other and stuff like that, it works in such a hilarious fashion for me. And that's Mirai in Love. I would honestly recommend it if you just want just low-effort humor, because it works really well. I'm just going down a list here, so bear with me here.
It's fine.
There's this another romance-based anime that has another eyebrow-raising concept, and that is a 16-year-old girl gets killed and reanimated. Isekai's back in time to when she was younger and tries to change history. Show is called something along the lines of Taming the Dragon Emperor. And in order to get out of the abusive relationship that would eventually kill her, yeah, it's an anime now. So.
Oh, yeah, I read that one. That one was.
There you go.
I can't wait. Yeah. She was a villainess, wasn't she?
She was fine, but it's like she like immediately proposed to a guy who would become a villain, and she's like, maybe I should just try to change this guy's life.
Yeah, because it's like everyone else in her life was potentially going to get her killed, but it's like that guy, he's only the enemy of the main character. Who cares about that?
There was another one like that too a while back as well. That was, I'm going to romance the main villain after getting isekai'd or whatever. Yeah. No, it was like Seventh Resurrection. I'm gonna just marry my mortal enemy or some shit like that. So.
Yeah, all of the villainous ones, essentially, they either are romancing the enemy or romancing like random side background character. Like one of them was romancing this not even a baker, it was just like some random like guy who they ran into, and he was like, oh, and like he had like this surprising Bishi face, and like, oh my god, wait a minute, who's this? It's like he doesn't have a name or anything. And that one was actually really cute. I like that one a lot. Another one, my personal favorite was this webtoon called Miss Not So Sidekick, and it's about this girl that gets isekai'd into a romance novel that she read, but she's the background character of the main villain's sidekick. So she's like,
okay.
Her name is literally Latte, because the group of Goonies are all named after cappuccinos because the author couldn't think of anything. They were just bored. So they were like, whatever. These guys are so inconsequential. They don't even have names. And it was only because the author thought of them. They weren't even written in the book. They were just there. So she was just like,
one of those like ask the author things.
Yeah, literally. It's like, well, I know,
this.
probably latte and cappuccino, whatever. So yeah, she's just like, oh my god, I'm in my favorite novel, but oh my god, I'm not relevant. I can't, like, she just wants to see all the events, and she keeps getting shoved aside by everyone. And like there's like a bunch of like hot bishi men that, you know, are the main guys, and they all like literally will just step on her. They're like, what is this thing in my way? They, like,
what is this subhuman creature?
Literally, they like, the expressions that they make when they see her are like, it's a comedy. It's a full-on comedy. They do like these derp faces, like it's really like crunchy, disgusting faces when they see her. Like, ugh, this disgusting creature.
I can't believe this.
It's great. And then she's like, wait a minute. I wrote fanfics when I was in the real world, so I can just make money by writing fiction that women want in this time period. So she does that, and she makes a living out of doing that. And then she's like, well, because I'm so inconsequential, I can't get hurt or anything because they don't care about me. So she just kind of like takes a backseat and watches all of the drama going on, and that's it. That's like the whole webtoon. It's just really goofy and silly, and like if there were ever to be an anime, I would want it to be on that. But I also don't like how they kind of make all the characters look really flat when the art styles of the webtoons are like really, really well done. Like, I don't know how they get away with making the characters so detailed and like fully painterly drawn, and then you know, produce that every other week. Like, those are like pages and pages of fully colored in art. I don't know. They're magicians. But yeah, then going from that to like the anime where everything's really flat and everyone looks kind of
meh.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
But it's nice that, like, you know, other people can see it if they have no intention of reading it. Because it is capturing the same feel. And like other people can, you know, they can listen to their favorite voice actors playing the characters and get a kick out of that. But for me, I stick to the reading.
Stick to my books.
I stick to my books. Like the Demon Lord, oh my god, he was so pretty in the book. He was alright in the anime, but he wasn't as pretty.
True. The Mob Psycho thing. Yeah, that's a good example of it, because, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That creator has a history with having a very distinct art style, and then people going, what if we threw like $100 million at it? And they're like, you don't have to. But
it's kind of like when people make this really shitty animation on YouTube with like very little experience in making animation, but because of like the kind of heart and passion put into it, and kind of the lack of smoothness in the animation, it kind of adds to the appeal. It makes it like funnier. And then they'll recreate it a couple of years later, or someone will recreate it and make it really smooth and you know, cinematic and everything. And it's like, you've lost the comedy, you've lost the timing and like the comedic, you know, the comedic timing and everything. And I don't find it interesting anymore. Like animatics have this, the way that they jump from frame to frame kind of works really well with comedic timing, but then when someone does it like really smoothly, it kind of takes a little bit out of it. Like the timing is kind of lost. It's like they're trying to replicate what they think it should look like in terms of like, oh, if they move from A to B, that's what it That's the important bit. But what they're missing is A and B are, and the missing bit in between is like important in the scene too. It's like that gap is important, you know? But, you know, I personally like I think it adds to the comedy for the Mob Psycho style. I really like it.
Yeah, they really killed it with that one. And I
Because
think
they
they're
also
still
put,
planning the movie?
ooh,
Yeah.
I think with that they focus less on making the style like detailed and pretty, and focus more on enhancing the comedy by making really over the top like animations with the really crappy kind of art style that it just kind of works really well.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm struggling.
That's okay.
This is a lot harder than I
Let's
thought.
see. That's fine. This whole thing will take time, but I believe you got it.
Thank you.
I know it's very shallow praise or whatever, encouragement, but
Thanks, Boop.
no problem, man. Let's see. Yes, I get to talk about my favorite series once more. Folks, Beyblade X got a second season. We're so back. We are so back. Beyblade
Nice.
X season 2. And here's the funny thing. Beyblade X was so insanely popular that it brought Beyblades back to the West with a death threat attached to it from the creators, which was, if you fuck this up again, you're losing your license. So you better make the
Seriously.
you better sell the products. You better sell them in good quality as we build it in Japan. You better sell that. So they did. And guess what? It's brought Beyblade back. Like, people love Beyblade X or that shit. So we're
Beyblades are back.
yes,
Have Beyblades always been
it's
a thing
back.
in Japan?
Yes, absolutely.
Ow.
Because they make high quality shit. Like, they build them accurate to how they're portrayed in the shows. It's very funny.
Oh my god. I remember catching an
So,
episode of Beyblade on like one of those hotel TVs when I was really young. Because we didn't have
mhm.
like anime channels or anything back at home.
Yeah, they're all on like different cartoon variety block shit.
Yeah.
So,
And it was like the most random episode, but like I remember being so freaked out because one of the characters was like, it was this girl and she had like, I don't know, some guy cheated on her or whatever, and she got really pissed off and she killed
mhm.
him. I was like, what the fuck? She
Normal
killed
Beyblade
him?
stuff. Normal Beyblade stuff, yeah.
It was, it was insane for me.
Mhm. Well, good news. They don't stop being insane. So
Interesting.
there's literally like Beyblade gods and people with like the power to annihilate others through Beyblade and shit like that. It is so hilarious to me. But this one is surprisingly grounded. It's literally just about going fast. Like, that's the whole gimmick for this one, is that there's a ring around the arena, and if you lock your top into it, it goes super fast and it gets shot out on the other end. And if you just collide with your enemy, there's a good chance you'll just send them flying. Like, that's it. So what do they do instead? Well, they make it a show about competitive sports. They make it a show about like the pressures of performing well, of keeping up your image, of what's it take to stay in the spotlight, and what are you willing to sacrifice sometimes to be in it. And I know I talked about it before, but there's literally an arc where a rich person introduces like a street drug, essentially, where it's just the best blade on the market by far. And he just gives it away to everyone for free.
Whoa.
So everyone from like kids to just from kids to adults, everyone just has the best top on the market now. So it becomes this
Damn.
thing of all the pros, all the people who identify as pros now, the pressure's on them to either conform and use the top as well, or to evolve your game and beat the new stuff. So, yeah. It's like one of the better arcs in the series. It's very good. I love Beyblade X. So yeah, Beyblade X has second season. It's really good still. They actually upped the
Nice.
budget even further. They upped the budget even further. So like they have ridiculously well animated intro and outros now. Because before it was just like, what if we just do stylistic art and stuff like that? Which is like, that's awesome. That looks great. But this time they have like crazy budget. So that's Beyblade. What else? Ah, yes, the subgenre of isekai into otome games.
Yes.
Yes, this one is what? Something along the lines of, I'll be the greatest villainess in history.
I think I know that
It's
one
just,
too.
yep, girl gets resurrected as the villain in her favorite otome game, and she wants to be the best villain, and she keeps accidentally giving really, like, heroic lines instead, and she's, like, changing how the game goes, and it's charming enough. I really like it.
Yeah, it's one of the. I think the ones that are really popular tend to be the Korean webtoons. So the
Hmm.
yeah, so the ones that get turned into animes are usually like really popular Japanese villainous ones. So that's why I know all of them.
Okay,
So it's like
that's
if
good.
you're reading villainous
It
stuff, you have
helps
to
with
read
this.
those.
Here's the thing, I'm really happy that you do because it makes the conversation flow better when it's, oh, I actually know that, and it's like, good. I'm not just like this, and you're like, I don't know what that is. Sounds cool, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah,
This
sure,
anime.
whatever. Hmm. All right, Coco.
Yes.
If I told you that there was a Ghoul School anime,
What?
yes, there is a new is an anime out right now that is called The Scared Teacher, The Scared Senpai in the School, and it's literally about a piss baby teacher who's such a social outcast that he tried going and teaching once at one school, but then got so scared by all the students that he decided to become a shut-in. And then randomly he goes to this remote island where they need a teacher, and he signs up for it, and he gets the job. And then it turns out the school is full of yokai.
Of course.
So he is the only human in a school full of yokai, and he has to navigate it. And of course, it's a very high energy comedy one. But is school? That's what I said when I saw the first episode. I went, "It's going to the Ghoul School anime. This is insane."
Oh my
So.
god, it's everything I've dreamed of.
It's very stupid, but I like it a lot. All right, what else do we have? Scrolling through the list. I don't want to talk about that one. It's not worth mentioning. Oh, this one's fun. It's another comedy one, but I guess that's just par for the course when it comes to anime, is that they're going to be funny or focus on comedy in some way. So, I think it's called something like "Please Let This Weary Soul Retire," and the concept is a kid starts an adventuring group with his childhood friends, and they all grow up to be the greatest heroes of all time in each of their respective classes, but the main character who has no power and has nothing, but he's still considered like a maxed out level character, and he has like all these magical equipment gears that make up for his lack of powers and stuff like that. People keep putting him over big style, like, he must have predicted this was going to happen. Like, that's how far in the future he can see. Or people are like trying to guess his behaviors, but because he's just trying to like not work and try to get out of like doing anything, he keeps passing stuff off to others, and people keep putting him over for like, he must really see something in them if he's trusting them with that. That just goes to show you the leader of this group. He's really crazy.
Oh my god.
And like just the way I'm presenting it makes it sound like, okay, that could be funny. But what really puts it over is the voice cast. The people they've like put in these roles, they put their whole ass into it, and it elevates the material beyond what it should be for me. Like, there's literally an episode where the joke is skinny cute girl is like a murder machine, and she's one of like the big heroes of the group. She comes in, she cleans up the scenario, and just the whole time she's on screen, she just has the most like depraved, insane person voice going. And it's not a short scene either. It's like a 5-8 minute scene. And she's the only one really talking, and she's just going insane for that whole time. So, yeah, performance does a lot.
Yeah, I think that that is one of the more important bits in conveying like a comedy. You know, you need like a good
Mm-hmm.
actor.
Yes, exactly. All right. What's next on the list? All right. You are Miss Maiden.
You are
It's
Miss
an
Maiden?
anime about a you are Miss Maiden. That is, I think, what it's called. It's a show about a rich kid who gets a stray nurse walking the streets who knocks on his door and asks if she could work there. And he's like, I don't really have maids or anything like that. And then it turns out that she's not a good maid. She's a good assassin. She doesn't really know how to do the whole housekeeping stuff.
Ah.
So, yep. It's another light-hearted comedies with aspects of romance in there as well. Hmm.
People do like their assassins.
It's true. People do like the prospects of getting murdered. Let's see. Pokemon Horizons is on, I think, season 4? Yeah,
What?
I think we're on season 4 now.
My
Like, we're
God.
on episode 70. We are on episode 70.
Jesus! I need to catch up.
It is a lot. It's very fun. It continues to be good, and we are now in the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLCs.
Oh,
That's
nice.
this arc. We're in the DLCs, and it's great. It's fantastic. And I get to see all the very pretty people animated this time. They need to stop. They need to stop making Pokemon characters attractive. I'm just going to say that much, alright? Let's see. Yes. And then we get to... This one is trash. But it's the kind of trash you can really enjoy with someone else who also enjoys trash.
Yes.
This is that time I went to an all-male mixer. The concept of the show is a group of 3 fucks in college get asked to attend a mixer by a woman classmate that they all have. And they go, okay, cool. So we're all gonna go out and like meet up with girls. It's gonna be hot. They go to this little club. It is a drag king bar. The person who hired them or asked them to come over is a drag king. So the whole show are these 3 guys fawning over these very beautiful women who dress up as even more beautiful men.
Oh.
That's it. So the whole time it's like, am I gay? No, wait, they're a woman, so I can't be gay, but I also think they look really good as a guy. So what does that mean about me? That's it. That's the whole thing. So
I see.
it's very fun. Okay. What else do we have? Dragon Ball Daima. Wow. Moving on. Okay. It is not for me. I don't. I'm sure someone's very happy, especially with Toriyama passing, and it has like this reverence to it of it being like an homage to every single thing he's ever worked on ever. It's not for me still. I'll probably watch it whenever I remember it exists, but I'm not going to actively put thought into it. And I'm not going to tell people they are not allowed to enjoy it either. I hope if you are enjoying it, you're having a really fun time, because it seems really, really fun. And now, perhaps for the sleeper anime of the season. Oh my god, what the fuck is this shit called in English? I think it's called something very literal, like, negative angler, something like that. But it's a fishing anime.
Oh.
It is a fishing anime, and the concept is this kid in college has just been told by his doctor that he only has about a few years left to live due to a... So he is depressed. He's gone into like complete bankruptcy, cut himself off from all his friends, shit like that. And then one day when running away from debt collectors, he runs into a group of people who are fishing, and suddenly his bleak existence gets kind of like brought into this new group of people and a new lifestyle of fishing. So if you want a semi-wholesome story of someone slowly getting their life back in gear right before they're about to die, this might be a fun one.
Aw.
So, and yes, I'm trying to avoid it, but I can't. Yes, Dawn to Dawn does exist. Yes, it's peak. I love it. I'm gonna keep watching it.
That's good.
But there's nothing I can really say that anyone else can really say that hasn't already sold anyone watching it on watching it. So it is the new big popular one. Yes, you will see endless posts about it, and you'll see people ranting and raving all about it. It's pretty cool. So, but have you heard of Mecha Hand? Yeah,
Mecha Hand.
Mecha Hand.
What's Mecha Hand?
Mecha Hand is a show about people with mecha hands.
Whoa.
Alright, okay, fine. It's kind of like... I think the best comparison is like Metabots. It's people with these mechanical hand life forms, and they bond with the hands, and then they fight other people with hands.
I see. Mecha Hands. That makes sense.
But where the show really shines, kind of like Metabots, nudge nudge, is the interactions with characters and the world itself. The world itself is pretty colorful for futuristic kind of like mecha setting, and it also has really fun characters who kind of bounce off mesh and interact with each other seamlessly. So there's never like a moment where someone's on screen and you're like, ah, great, this fucking guy again. Great, it's one of their episodes. You're just like, okay, let's see where this goes. So it's very fun in that regard. Mecha Hand.
Mecha Hand.
What else? I think that's... Oh my god, is that it for this series? Or this season? It might be. Nope, wait, nope, never mind. Damn it. Kid gets reborn as a no, and he can analyze stuff with his brain, so he makes people who feel useless and pointless, he gives them purpose in life by serving him in his royal house. There you go, that's the show. Oh. There's a second season. It's still really good. It's very politics focused, which is a different angle, but I think it's fun. It yaps a lot, but it yaps just enough to get the main point across, which is always welcome.
That's good. Do you find that sometimes animes are very politics focused or like diplomatic focused? It can be very like unnuanced about it. Like they just kind of spell it out for you by making a character like
there's
really
no subtlety.
Shitty. And then it's like, this is not the right way to do this. But, you know, I felt that a lot.
This is how we've been doing it.
Yeah.
Why should we change what's not broken?
It's just kind of like, it makes me a little bit annoyed because it's like, I would have gotten the message if you just kind of, even if you didn't make the other party, like, horrendously horrible, you know? Like, I did feel that a little bit with Apothecary Diaries, even though I did like a lot about it, but there was so many moments that felt like...
But why would they need that? Yeah. Why would they go after her? But I don't get it. If this person is there, why would they want to mess with them? Don't they know that that would upset them? It's like,
yeah.
Guys,
or like when,
that's the point.
It's like they don't trust you to kind of come to those conclusions yourself. It just kind of annoys me a bit with that.
Yeah. It can... I can get tired of being talked down to by a show sometimes. So.
Yes.
Let's see. Yep. I don't need a reminder that Oshi no Ko Season 2 happened.
Did you watch that?
Man.
The original?
Yeah. Yeah, I watched both seasons with a partner. It's so fucking good. But man, oh man, it's not a show you binge. It is... Oof. It's a lot sometimes, especially because, you know, kind of fan self. As someone who is rather affiliated with media and well versed, it does. It's a little cathartic in a sense to see something kind of unglamorize a lot of industries. So
that's good, especially with anime.
Exactly.
I feel like there's this tendency oh, idol culture is great and we love it.
And then this one actively brings the veil back and just talks about it. God, they had so much faith in that fucking series that the first episode was a movie.
Damn.
So, it was a
Someone
full
dare
90 minutes,
believe.
and let me tell you, it was real fucking good. All right, what happened last season? Oh yeah, Wisteria of Sword and Wand. It sure is a shonen fantasy series with very, very pretty visuals. Very good.
Nice.
Thumbs up. Would recommend. Well, this was okay. I'm gonna keep saying the thing sleeper, but this one actually is, I think, pretty sleeper.
Yeah.
I think it's very fun, but I didn't see as many people talk about it. Too Many Losing Heroines is my comedy romance real ass series of last season. Literally, the whole show is this really plain dude who runs the litters, who's a member of the literacy club, keeps getting accidentally interacting with all these girls who are having really tragic love lives. And like, that's it. That's the whole show, is that. And it's really funny, and it has really good characters and really good just about everything, really. It's just a really solid one. Let's see. Elusive Samurai, guess what? It's good. Thumbs up. Sakura of Rice and Ruin. It's good, but I have a feeling the game is better. I thought it was really good, but I have a feeling the game is better.
Yeah.
So.
Probably, but it's good that the, adaptation is nice.
Yeah. I think some people might kind of see it as like a little too cheap, but I think it's fine for what it does and what it is and what it has to work with. I don't think that people could tolerate like 30 episodes in a row of someone being stuck in like the same dungeon. So, or waiting for the next crop of rice to grow.
Of Rice and Ruin.
That's just about everything that needs to be mentioned or talked about in the moment. I've been watching so much shit. Oh yeah, there's the. They did have a gay romance one last season. I forgot what it's called, but it's something out of focus. Like it's literally like, I think it's life out of focus or love out focus, something like that. But it's called Out Focus, and it is very gay, and it is not afraid to just be like, "Hey, guess what? These people are fucking." It stares you in the face, makes you look at them in the eye. Like, do you understand? These characters are not just kissing; they are going to fuck.
Damn.
And it's like, oh, okay, I get it. Now, do you?
Think of Flint.
All right. It's true. What else? I think that's really it. I'm looking at a bunch of stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, that happened. But what am I gonna say? Hey, Coco, did you watch the Terminator anime?
Whoa.
Yeah, it was based on the Terminator. Oh, hey, Coco, did you watch the Suicide Squad Isekai?
Whoa. All my favorite subjects.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch them?
I did.
What did you think?
It took way too long for Suicide Squad Isekai to find its stride, but once it did, it was really, really fun. And it just sucks that we had to trudge through so much, like, oil and water superhero stuff and anime tropes, like trying to mash them together, and they just don't mash up. Yeah, the Clayface Clayface is by far the best thing about the show, is that they just went, oh yeah, the Mudman, who used to be a famous like Hollywood actor. Like, what are we gonna do with him? Make him a twink.
Oh my god.
Make him a twink who dresses up like Michael Jackson and makes nothing but endless isekai jokes and like movie jokes. That's him, and he's like maybe the best part of the show. So,
Interesting. I guess it
hmm
works.
it, I would definitely recommend it if it's like put something on in the background but you don't need to focus on it thing. So, it's fun for that much. There was a voice acting anime. That's right. I forgot about the vaguely lesbian voice acting one.
Oh.
It was kind of fun, and it touched on a lot of like real world stuff once again. But man, ended after 12. So what are you gonna do? Shrug. Yeah. So that's the big anime stuff.
The
Now
anime
you
dump of
know
the
too.
season. Now I know You know
Mhm.
what? I don't know anything about anime, so that's
I
educating
don't
me.
even know what an anime is.
I honestly don't know what you're talking about. I've not understood a single word you've said this whole time. I've just been kind of
Oh,
pretending.
oh,
Like,
oh,
I'm
okay.
assuming you said Digimon or Beyblades, which
Oh,
made me think,
yeah,
okay, that's
yeah.
cartoons. So I was kind of picturing something like
Oh,
that.
okay. No,
That's what you meant,
that's
right?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Of course, that's what I meant. Haha. I'm gonna step out for a minute. I'm gonna just
Yeah, you were saying a bunch of like
burst into
words like
tears.
Oshinoku. I don't know what that pronunciation is supposed to mean, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna assume that's
Exactly.
some, jibber jabber.
Jabberjaws.
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 So, is that the boop summary for anime?
Yes. There is one last thing, but it's a movie, not an anime. Sorry.
Yes. I don't know.
Coco, are you familiar with the great director and auteur of our times, uh, Ford Davis Coppola?
No?
Francis Ford Coppola. There it is. Are you familiar with Francis Ford Coppola?
Maybe the
Let me give you
Coppola
some.
word is familiar.
He was a producer and filmmaker who's given us such classics as Apocalypse Now, The Godfather Part 1 and 2,
Oh.
and like a billion other fucking things. Jesus Christ, he's been in so much shit. But yeah, he's made just so many films now that are just considered like classics. But all of these also have a very particular thorough line, and that's they were fucking pains in the dick to make. They were so fucking obnoxious to make and produce behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So, Francis Ford Coppola, this guy right here, let me tell you, he recently released a movie called Megalopolis.
Oh, I've heard people talking about that.
This movie, Coco,
Yeah.
this fucking movie, this fucking movie is the worst thing I have ever seen, and I loved every second of it.
I don't know what that means. Like,
This movie makes zero fucking sense from start to finish, and I think that's the point. It is a movie that speaks in such high regards to itself that it forgets that you're even watching it. It is a movie that will leave you in the dust and going, wait, what was that all about? But then it's too late now. We have to get going. We have to get going. We gotta go. We don't have time. Let me give you a name of some of the top casted people, and tell me if some of them sound familiar. All right,
hmm.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh?
Okay, Natalie Emmanuel.
No?
Okay, okay, we're getting there. Don't worry, I'm just warming up.
Okay.
Giancarlo Esposito.
No.
Okay, don't worry, we're gonna get there. Shia LaBeouf,
Okay.
Aubrey Plaza.
Okay.
Would you like to know who the top billed actor is?
Is it Shia LaBeouf?
Adam Driver.
Wait, what?
Yep. Kylo Ren is the lead in Megaopolis. It has so many wild people in this movie. And they're all in it.
Oh, that's Lawrence Fishburne.
It's Dr. Michael Morbius.
It's the Matrix man.
It's the Matrix man, John Matrix.
John Matrix. Hey, let's
But yeah,
Megalopolis.
Megapolis. Such a piece of shit. I love it. Oh, it has a nomination.
Who is she? I don't know who that is. Who is she? No, I still don't know who that is. Who is... Who's that?
Oh yeah, John Boyd's in this. Dude, I didn't even recognize this John Boyd. I'm like, oh. Well, look at that, it's John Boyd.
Oh,
That's
it's
so
a guy
fucking
from is no, it's not. Wait, is that?
Which one?
Yeah,
Which
it's
one?
the guy from Breaking Bad.
Yep, that's Giancarlo.
Yeah, that's it.
Giancarlo.
Giancarlo.
He is fantastic, and he plays.
And he was in The Boys. I remember him more from The Boys because I
Yes.
actually watched that. But he was like the really.
He did.
He was really scary.
He did a fantastic job. He did a really good job, and
He's
then
one
the
of those,
plot
like-
had to force him out.
Oh.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, but what if we took over Voight anyways?" He's like, "Okay, whatever." That's right. Now you can't rein in the Homelander anymore. Whoa. It's like, all right, whatever. Sure, so whatever you say. Yes, Jason Schwartzman is in it. Like, this is what I mean. It has so many just people in it that make you go, why? Why are you here? Why are you here? It's a veritable who's who. And it is so fucking long. It feels like such a long movie because there's so many things happening in it. And the funniest part is I could talk about it and it would still, you would not retain anything going into it to watch it for the first time. Like, that's how ridiculous it is. This is the IMDb description. The city of New Rome faces the duel between Caesar Catalini, a brilliant artist in favor of a utopian future, and the greedy mayor Franklin Cicero. Between them is Julia Cicero, with her loyalties divided between her father and her beloved.
Ah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you would not get that in the first, hour of this film. You'd be like, what is happening? Why is that? What does that mean? Why are they talking like this? Yeah, I saw Megalopolis. It was the best, worst time.
I've heard a lot of people talking really positively of it, but I think it was for really random reasons.
It's really beautiful, and there's a lot of really good sequences in it. The problem is that it is one of the most difficult movies to just try to follow along with, because it feels like you're being forced to learn a language in 20 minutes for the rest of a movie. You're like, okay, I guess I just gotta roll with it, you know? Anyways, yeah. Is there anything really worthwhile to mention? I don't think so. I think that's everything.
All of it. You wrote that in the 1980s?
Yes. So this is the big thing with Megalopolis. It is Francis Ford Coppola's dream movie. He was always wanted to make this movie a thing, and he's just never been able to get the backing. He's never been able to get the money. He's never been able to get the right people. And so he's just been sitting on this idea forever. And just now recently, he went through with it. And he got it made, and it's been showing everywhere. And I think he's like really proud of it. He's like, this is it. This is me. Like, I did this. I wrote this. So I think it's going to be held up really well. I think it's very quick for people to be like, this is fucking stupid. But
Get footage from before 9/11, and it's in the movie. So it's using like old camera footage and stuff too.
For brief moments and montages, yeah.
Odd.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw some before 9/11 stuff, but I was like, wait, was that the? No, I'm too lost in it. I don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Well, yeah, wow, this thing's been in forever hell when it comes to being made, but he finally did it.
You know what? Good for him.
This is definitely going to be an entertaining, like 4-hour video essay by someone. Just
breaking down like the entire process from like the 1980s
to now, yeah. So, yeah. Media stuff. Things to do, people.
He hired actors who were sex pests to help them. What? But why? Help them what?
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of Hollywood in this film, and there might be a very awkward sex scene between Shia LaBeouf and a character.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know John Voight, but I guess that's why Shia LaBeouf got blacklisted.
Shia LaBeouf's been a little pressure cooker of issues for a while.
I thought it was more of like his attitude, because I heard that he was really difficult to work with. But I mean, I'm not surprised that there was more than just that. Then again, I think actors are more likely to get blacklisted for being difficult to work with than the other thing. Songs making choices with its sounds. Oh, I'm sorry, Flint.
Hmm?
Skip that. I barely notice when there's like weird sounds.
Now define weird sounds.
Um, noises
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like when you're kind of hitting everything around your room kind of noises and you're is one of those moments where you like you're tapping and tapping and tapping away and then someone taps away along with you and you make like a song.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're like scratching things and everything. Noises.
Noises.
Yeah, I've been listening to this artist for a while, but it wasn't until today that I realized it was Willow Smith.
Mm.
And that's only because like when I was shuffling their like a radio with their songs in it, the Whip My Hair Back and Forth came on and I was like, wait a minute, what?
Huh?
It's this Willow? Because the name
Let's
is
go.
it's just Willow. Like the artist's name is just Willow. And I was like, wait a minute. It's that Willow? What the hell? It literally doesn't sound like anything like the Whip My Hair Back and Forth song. Like none of her other songs are like that. They're all like really weird trancey, like experimental types. Like it's really, really different.
Mm. You know what? That seems to be that seems to just really be the case when it comes to any of the Smith kids.
Hey, you know what? Jaden Smith made Neo Yokio, and I will thank him forever for that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that show. I love that show so much. It's such a good show. There's no right to be as good as it is. And I don't care if it's being that way on purpose or if someone intended it to be that way. I don't think he did, but someone did, you know? That's what matters.
What the hell did I just witness? Sorry, I was hearing from outside my window someone saying hello. So I looked to see, and across the street there's a dude, I guess, soliciting outside of someone's house.
Oh.
It looked like he marked the door with a marker or something.
Oh?
Yeah, so I'm like keeping an eye on this because I'm like, is this legal?
It doesn't sound like it is. It's like those old-timey practices of when people go around to different houses to ask for change or like food and stuff, and depending on the response they get, they would mark their house so other people traveling around would be able to see. Yeah, the hobo
Oh man,
marks.
that's wild.
Yeah, I learned about it in one of the Nancy Drew games because you literally had to go around. Well, you didn't have to go around, but you could kind of notice markings around on people's houses because that one takes place in the Great Depression.
Hmm. Great Depression, Nancy Drew.
Great Depression, Nancy Drew edition.
Let's see.
Nice light, thank you. I expanded the screen a little bit to frame it better now that I added more hair. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix the hair, but that's just kind of like not a placeholder, but I've just put in the colors so I could kind of separate it from the background. But I'm gonna make sure it blends in more so it's not just kind of a stark black and then red. Not blend, because I hate blending. Yeah, I just like the idea of like a spotlight kind of there. Make their hair clouds. No! So
Oh
boo.
my.
I haven't
Yes.
finished an art from earlier this month, or was it last month? I don't know when I started it, because I had the amazing idea of drawing a background with clouds in the back, and then thinking, hey, wouldn't it be so cool if her hair kind of looked a little bit like the clouds and the sky? And I was like, wait a minute, I can't finish this because I don't know how to do it.
I'm.
So it's been in limbo for a whole month. Almost finished.
I can't believe this.
Because I don't know how to do the idea that I
Why are
came
you
up
like
with.
this?
I don't know. I don't know. I'll get back to it one day.
Oh my god.
I had a nice idea, and I didn't realize it was an idea because I was just doing it like without thinking, and I was like, wait a minute. It looks like clouds because I was drawing clouds and I just made her hair blend in because it was just doing both of them at the same time. I kept jumping between the two things, not get bored, and then that ended up being my detriment.
Oof.
Now this is where we're at, so save. No saving. We die like men.
Damn, what the fuck? No.
No, it auto saves.
Oh, okay.
Which isn't necessarily good because I can't go back to any. There's no save slots with art.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fine.
Oh man.
I don't particularly like going back. If I make a mistake, I'll just draw over it.
I'll just die.
I'll just die. It's fine. It was almost done too. Verbally said that's true. I was literally. I think I even said like, "Oh my god, we're almost done," and then.
What if I made them cloud?
I mean them clouds. But I was doing it while I was saying it. It was too late.
Oh man. So I know that I know that I know that you were around for a little bit of that. I don't know how much, but Darkest Dungeon 2 has been continuing.
Yeah.
I went ahead and I had a few really okay runs and one really good run, and I could have gone to the mountain. I could have like attempted the mountain, whatever the hell that means, but I could have attempted the mountain, but I decided to pull back just because. Look, we weren't going through.
Okay, you were cutting out. I didn't hear what you said there. Boop. Oh my god. Oh, he's for real cutting out.
Oh boy.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Hello.
Hello.
Am I here?
Yeah.
That's everything broke. What?
Everything
Why did
broke.
everything break? Yeah, everything broke. What the
Now
fuck?
I can hear you, but yeah, when you're talking there, it just
Everything-
completely like
Yeah,
super
I guess yeah, something happened on my end. The fuck? Okay, that's fine. That's all right. Everything got set back to what it was, which means okay. Sorry, I was just making sure everything wasn't fucked. Anyways, yeah, I was just saying that I unlocked all the characters, so they're all on the table now. Well, except for Crusader, but that's fine. And I had a run where our Man-at-Arms had so many cripplingly bad negative effects that I was like, I don't think we can keep going, because he had a really bad trait that made it so there was a chance at the start of his turn he would go all the way to the back of the line, which is not where I need him to be.
Mm.
He had a skill that made it so he would take more, like if his health was below a certain threshold, like he would take more stress and do less damage. And he had another one that made it so if his health was below like a certain threshold, he would do less damage and take more damage. And
Oh,
I was like,
jeez.
no.
He was a mess.
He was a fucking wreck. I don't know how he lived, but he made it all the way to the end. And then I just Before we went off the mountains, I said, I don't know if I can do it, and I don't. I'm gonna take my candles and go. So I haven't had a really decent run since then, but I am trying to slowly unlock stuff for all the characters, just so there's more options. Because fuck me, man, there's so much stuff that's like awesome, but then there's equally as much stuff that makes me go, why is this here? So I'm sifting through it all, and I'm trying my best, but it's hard. The game is hard.
Yeah, it did look fun though. I think I watched quite a bit. I was there for a couple of hours, but I
Yeah.
got sleepy, so I fell asleep to it.
That makes sense.
I think it's always kind of fun because like I would be drifting off, and I would just hear, "God damn it, Coco, why are you doing this? You're such a mess."
true.
And you're like, what?
It's true. You had very messy characters each and every time.
Like, damn.
Damn, it was all a dream.
I'm just trying to sleep. This is in my dreams.
Oh, I gained a follower since last stream. That's cool, I guess.
Ooh.
This shit's not going anywhere, so I'm like, that's fun though. Number go up, I guess. Shrug.
Number go up.
It's true. Dude, that was that might have been, that was arguably one of the worst ones. Just, okay, you had this trait that at the beginning of the battle, you would jump all the way to the front of the line. You were all the way in the back. So
I'm a healer!
You were a backline support for the most part, but it was very funny because you were like, and now I'm in the front. I'm like, get back there!
No! I want to be in the front. I want to contribute. Just like Elikin.
There is a fly in my room. I'm very upset.
I've decided watercolors just do not work with me. They do IRL, but they don't work with me on digital. Because I layer so much, and it just doesn't work with watercolor digital brushes.
Mm-hmm.
That is my conclusion here. The Tinkerbell villain song from YouTube? I like how you're saying that as if I know the Tinkerbell villain song from YouTube. It's a common feeling. I haven't seen that YouTube thing that does villainous renditions of Disney songs, like Evil Meg from Hercules. No. I have not.
What the fuck?
That's...
This, I hate this. I hate this already.
What?
I don't even need to see anything else from you. Be like, oh, that sounds like the most fucking obnoxious thing on the planet. I want to die after reading that shit.
Boop is anti-theater, kid.
I am. I really am. And that's the funny part, too, is that, like, I'm pretty sure
you're like the most dramatic person ever.
I was destined to be one, but I actively fought against it, you know? I was like, I am not the anime protagonist. My hair is dark brown, dyeing my blue hair with rainbow accents. I was like, nope, I refuse these accusations. I refute them.
Like, you hate what you are.
Oh my.
The true villain story.
I hate what I am, and I'll wipe the world
breaks out into song.
When I was young. Oh no. The Boop villain origin song. It's the big number at the 20-minute mark. Oh man. I just remember the Lion King being the being the side project for Disney at the time, and they were putting all the money to like Pocahontas or some shit.
Not
Uh,
Pocahontas. I thought we were
I don't.
forgetting that.
I don't know, man.
I thought
I
they were trying
think.
to forget that they did that.
Eh. Yeah, well, they did it anyway.
Oh my god.
I can't wait for them to do a live action version of Pocahontas.
That's what I'm saying. It's like surely they're going to avoid doing that.
Oh man. But they have to star someone who's not even close to being like indigenous, so they need to cast like a white person.
Just the whitest
Just-
person. Just like
just like the movie.
God.
Uh, God. Oh man. That's right. I forgot about something that really caught my eye. Let's see. Do I even remember what the hell it was? No, I don't. I don't remember what it was called.
Oh.
But it's the next big movie from the director of Parasite.
Oh.
Just the one.
Just the one.
Just the one movie. That's all they're known for.
It is crazy because I actually know the actress that plays the sister from a couple of K-dramas. She typically plays like she plays like lots of different characters, but she has this like dryness to her that I've always really liked.
Hmm.
There was also like I think one of the older people was like, it was really funny because like again, Parasite's very somber for the like it's a bit of a comedy, but it's a bit of a somber kind of film.
Yeah, it's one of the it's I don't know what else to say. It's very Korean, where it's just like, haha, oh man, aren't we having fun? And puts a hand on your knee. Your mom and your grandma died. This is a curse that's been passed in our family. It's been passed on to you. Everyone that you've ever interacted with has a chance to pass this curse on as well. So you are inexplicably spreading misfortune just by existing. Anyways, let's go get ice cream. And it's just like, okay.
I've seen a few chill Korean movies, but for the most part, even the comedies are quite tinged with cynicism.
Mm-hmm. That's a good word for it. They're very critical of like just their own sphere that they exist in.
Yeah, I mean there is a tendency for even in K-dramas, which some of them will go into like the consumerism, like the chaebol, like you know, rich man envy.
Mm.
Specifically if it's like, you know, a rich male lead kind of thing. But then you'll also
Mm.
get shows like, you know, Liar Game, which was the Squid Game before Squid Game, where yeah, they're pushing this kind of like this is fun, but also like money bad, but people like money, but this is what money does. And it's like because it was originally a manga, right? But the manga went
Mhm.
less into the money and more into like, ooh, fun games. Look at these fun games. And there's also some other stuff, but that's not important. While as the K-drama completely changed the plot, completely changed the characters, and made it a game show versus like this underground, you know, everyone's in debt, fight for money kind of thing. It was more like
Mhm.
everyone's in debt because we put you on a game show because you were greedy like fucks that decided that, oh yeah, I'm gonna sign this contract to get more money so I can get out of debt, but you didn't look at the fine line and realize that, oh, you're gonna be in debt to us because and you're gonna be on live TV because everyone loves seeing people suffer for money. It's like this kind of really
True.
cynical spin on what was already quite a cynical manga, but like it just took it to like the nth degree, and it makes it look really like glamorous, but like it's like a mix of glamour mixed with like, oh, this is horrible, you know?
Mhm.
And I don't know, I kind of like that.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay, I found it. Sorry. The movie is called Mickey 17.
Oh?
And it's very funny that you just went on that huge rant because some of this is going to sound familiar. A person horrifically in depth signs up to become an expendable, which is a person that willfully gets their genetic material like legally taken by the government to make infinite amounts of clones of to complete hard labor and terraforming planets.
Oh my god!
Mickey, now on his 17th clone, wakes up in the morgue that he is about to be dumped into the incinerator of to realize that he did not die, but another clone of him has been made. So Mickey 16 and 17 are both running around at the same time.
You know what? That reminds me of, hey, that's an actual dog.
That's a real ass dog.
That's a real ass dog. That's not a wild dog. Wait a minute.
Zoom in, enhance.
That's not a it's a person! In my wildlife cam.
It's a person.
It's a person.
Man.
It's a person.
Oh my god, wait a minute. Wait, that is a real ass dog.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
There's a people in our wildlife cam.
What? You're not wild playing. This
is like across the road.
Brother.
There's like a high-rise building on the other side of the Capitol.
I can't believe this.
Yeah, it probably is like a wildlife reserve or like, you know, a nature place that people walk around.
How would you feel if like a construction crew came by and just started tearing down the area to make a parking lot? And they just don't touch the camera the whole time?
You just leave the camera. It's like over in the course of a couple of weeks, we just see this like beautiful, idyllic forest, like ravine place torn down and turned into a parking lot.
They paved paradise to put in a parking lot, this man once said.
I forgot what I was saying.
I did too. Do you remember, chat? Vote now.
I need to pee. I'll be right back.
Okay. Alright. Now that Coco's gone. No, wait, I always forget. Is Coco the one with, like, wireless headphones? And that, so they can actually hear from away the computer, or are we safe? Because I know someone did that once. Anyways, now that Coco's gone, feel free to type into the chat the name of your favorite big titty anime woman. And, yeah. I don't know, that's it. As far as the bit goes, I didn't think this one through as much. Mm-hmm. I'm especially interested in what you have to say, Flint. It's like we're just doing like shit from Jujutsu Kaisen now. Just tell me what kind of woman you're into. This will tell us everything. Never trust a man who doesn't share this shit. Aisha Clan, damn. Hey, that's a great start, honestly. Thumbs up. Boy, what's all these messages I'm getting? Unexpected absence? Nope. FPTO. It's true. Look, man, it's a great pick. There's a reason why it comes up so often. Let's see. We call that a formative moment. A formative piece of media for people.
I'm back.
Whoa, welcome back.
Hello. What are we talking about?
We're talking about our favorite Bible verses
Oh my
in
god.
being
I need
good
to
members
go
of society.
poop. I
Yes.
forgot to do that.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh my god, the dog's back!
The dog's
Yay! Everyone clap.
He did it. Yay.
Yeah! He's eating. Look at him eat. Wait, let's zoom in.
Enhance.
Look at this boy.
Uh, they're just like, oh, these people pass by my house every day at this time. I'm gonna set up a camera and just say it's a wildlife path when it's just a path that one dude takes his dog out. Oh my god, there they are. What the? He really is tossing stuff on the ground.
It's for the animals.
Oh, okay. The dog is kind of looking up the wildlife feed. What the fuck?
Yeah, this dog is eating all the food. What about the foxes?
Leave. Get out of here. Start swatting.
Honestly.
It's so windy,
Oh, he's talking to us.
and it's nice to feel here. It's
He's saying it's really
a
windy.
little windy, but up there,
Yeah.
you can hear all the
Yeah, it is. God.
And then when you get to the other camera,
That's what it's like
Imagine it
in
would be.
Denmark.
it's so silent because it
Not
shields us
Denmark.
completely from the forest.
Denmark.
Anything but Denmark.
But
The
yeah,
idyllic
snacks have been delivered,
foresty
and
region
we're
full
gonna
of
go back to the
foxes
farm.
and badgers.
That's it for this time.
That's interesting.
Bye
You know,
bye.
Denmark was always one of those countries I was like, I think I'd like to go there. I don't think I had a reason. I just like the name Denmark.
Is that all?
Yeah, I think
Oh my
that was
God.
literally it.
It's because Mark is in it.
Oh my.
Oh. Okay,
Yep,
puppy's
okay,
gone.
yep. There we go. So we did it.
We did
got
it.
there.
Good job, guys. You did it. Everyone here contributed.
We did it. At least they maintain it.
Yeah, definitely. It looks exactly the same as it did, like... I say this as if I've been watching it for years, but over the last couple of months.
Oh, okay.
Like, the
Couple
same
months is still a lot of time.
tree, the same... I did rewind time a little bit, because it's actually pitch black in Denmark right now.
Oh.
Currently, in the video, it is 4:32. And now, it is actually 11, which is an hour ahead of us. Oh, they must have also moved back in time. Because we would have been the same time otherwise.
Gotta go back in time.
Go back, 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 back. Oh, fox.
Ew! Oh, gross!
Big fox. Big badger.
Oh. Oh, no. Ew. Alright, I'll be right back.
Oh no.
So, yeah, I got a bit of a story when I get back.
Oh, no.
Alright.
Why do I have a feeling that might be dog poopies? Oh, oops. I paused it. As dog owner things.
There. So, I'm back.
What happened?
Remember that fly that was buzzing around my room?
Yes.
It it was crawling up my hand, and I went, okay, I guess I'll just scare it off because there's no way I'm gonna kill it. And I bring my hand in to just clap and just like spook it out, and I kill it, and I just squish it all over my hand. Yeah, so.
Oh, that's icky.
Yeah, so I was like, ew, that's not fun.
I'm one of those people that
that.
can't do that, you know, slap your hand against a wall to kill a fly. I can't do it.
I didn't know I could do it, but I guess only against my own hand, so.
Some flies are just really unreactive or really dumb.
They're too full of themselves. It's the fly's hubris. Okay, Coco?
Yeah.
A book called The Fly's Hubris. What is the fly's hubris? Write me the story.
A fly. Ooh, could we make
you know
this
it's
a
not
romance novel?
Because you know it's not actually a fly. It's like it's supposed to be one of those stupid ass but deep things.
Yeah. So it's this guy down on his luck. No, it's not. No, it's not.
He's not down on his luck. Actually, he's doing great.
Actually, he's doing amazing, and that's where he meets his downfall.
Oh no! Right when he thought he had everything, he
gets
lost it all.
Too full of himself and gets metaphorically clapped by a boop.
Damn.
And then it's a story of his murder. Surprise! It's a murder mystery.
Yeah, I never saw this coming.
Any book I write would be a really shitty murder mystery.
It would end up that way somehow.
Just no matter what it is, it could start off like a K-drama and it would end as a murder mystery.
Just chapter 1. What do you mean the talent agency called back? And they're like, I thought you put my name in there as a joke. And then it's like, final chapter. It was around the time that we noticed that that piece of rebarb that punctured their right lung actually rusted over about 16 months ago, which brings into question, why was it here at the scene at this time? And it just goes off from there.
You're like, where the hell did this? It's like one of those,
How did we get here?
It's one of those Beck and Kyle skits of like a generic sitcom, but then it ends in murder mystery. It ends in like one of those generic, like, Dexter-like murder mysteries. They've made many of those. They've made many of those, and I love every single one of them. One of them had Andrew Garfield, and it was like, it was one of those PSA, like, sexual health videos, but like, like a sexual health episode in a sitcom where it's some really shitty, like, you know, to kind of cater to everyone, so it doesn't actually teach you anything. So they did one of those, and I love that one.
The non-committal answers to just everything.
It's like it ends with like, there was no lesson.
There was no lesson.
There was no lesson. Or there's another one on Knife Crime with this old actor. He did it really well. And again, they always act like they're children in the skits. Like the way that they talk and the way that they behave is akin to like the way actors in those kinds of family sitcoms would pretend that they were like children, or like would speak like they're children to cater to everyone.
Interesting. Hold up, we have a new proposition for the fly's hubris.
I'm gonna say it's about a guy who lives between floors in an office block. During the days, he goes through crawl spaces between offices. He experiences office meetings vicariously. It'll be kind of surreal and have that kind of what's real and what's not kind of... Oh! So you're thinking more Kaufman-esque. You're thinking like being John Malkovich kind of thing.
You're thinking very Jungi Ho right now.
Oh my god, Flint's Parasite.
There it is, points.
Why is this actually an interesting idea?
I don't know, but I love it. Just because, like, you know how sometimes you just hear just like certain combinations of words and you like, that is the title to like something that has to be like out there somewhere, right? There's no way someone hasn't written something about that.
That is, yes, I want it.
Mm-hmm.
I want it on my desk right now, Flint.
Mm-hmm. First to third drafts. We went to already edited and already corrected yourself 2 more times before you give us the first draft. That's how we know you're serious about this.
And that will be our quote-unquote first draft.
Mm-hmm. There. Moment of truth here. Damn. Ah, well.
Okay, I'm liking this color for the shadows. I think this is a good contrast.
Ooh, I really like how it's coming out.
Yeah, I'm thinking go light shadows because the background is dark and I want to make them stand out a bit more. And it's a good contrast to like the red and everything. The red and orangey tones.
I see.
It will make sense when it all comes together. And I don't think I'm finishing this today because I've been waffling too much and not actually drawing.
I can't believe it. How could this have happened?
How could this have happened? Who would have predicted this?
I can't believe this. Do you think Coco can get this done in one day? Type 1 in the chat if yes.
Where's that moral support, guys?
Get the telltale end of chapter like statistics. This many people said him did this at this point.
Oh my god, I haven't seen one of those in forever. For better or for worse? 2? What does 2 mean?
2.
2 what?
2 indeed, yes, indeed.
2 what?
2, to be or not to be, that is the question.
You say you're not a theater kid.
He says not a theater kid. Quotes Shakespeare.
Quote Shakespeare.
Points
means
theater
not
kid.
1. This is the most cryptic Flint's ever been.
I love it, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, I'm here for it.
I don't appreciate this. I don't appreciate the sass I'm getting.
The amount of sass. Oh, man.
I ask for a clear answer and I get this.
You
What am I
get
paying you
vagaries and riddles. Flint, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna start talking shop now. Coco, don't mind us.
Okay.
Yeah. So Flint, MPW is coming up in about like 40 minutes, about a half an hour. So, what even happened this week? I don't remember a single thing that happened this week in wrestling. What do we do? Do we try to? We're doing a gimmick week? Like, I don't remember if anything worthwhile happened, like, at all. I think Ricochet fought Leo Rush. Kyle Fletcher shaved his head. What the fuck? Why? There's multiple Ricochet matches? Oh, fantastic. I mean, to be fair, the clickbait wrestling YouTube circuit is really pushing the, hey, Ricochet's happy. He's getting paid and he's doing matches he wants. Unlike in the WWE. It's like, okay, guys. Sure, whatever you say. It's possible to have both. There's definitely a reason why Ricochet stayed in the WWE for as long as he did. It's called money. So, but I was always saying, like throughout the whole thing, that I would hope that one day he'd just get tired of not getting any matches and just getting money and actually want to wrestle. And then, sure enough, that's his whole angle in AEW now. So, shrug. Or at least that's what Will Ospreay was accusing him of. Just being too comfortable. So. Points. Look, guys, it's Willow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's a secret anymore, Flint, but have you heard about our New Japan, the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion? Have you heard about our champion? Because good God, could not keep that one a secret for longer than the hour after it happened. Oy. Yep. Yeah. So, man, I was so happy about that, man. I'm so happy. It just goes to show the hard work does pay off. Great. Love it. Also, we have a new development happening. I don't know when it's going to start getting TV time, but I just got an interview. I just saw an interview about it on the New Japan channel, and that's Kenny Omega versus Hiroshi Tanahashi at the Tokyo Dome for the next Wrestle Kingdom. Which I'm like, okay, but also like, holy shit, wait, we're actually letting Kenny wrestle again. Which that seems a little crazy. But, you know, I guess it's just par for the course now. Just, this wrestler can barely wrestle 2 weeks later, so he's going back to wrestle more. And it's like, no, let him rest. Let him die.
Not unless it's on the field.
No.
Die in a fiery blaze.
Coco, no. All of them, you say? Okay. We still not have enough. It's insane. It's 3:25. It's time to worriedly check my bank account to see if I got paid for the week.
Is it a worry?
Yes, because I was in the negative earlier today because a bunch of auto pay stuff because we're paying off for a lot of shit right now. A lot of those auto pays went off last week, or I'm sorry, it went off today. So they got processed a week ago, but they went through today. So just a whole bunch of money all got taken out at once. And I was like, oh, fun. That's like, it was only like negative 89 cents, which is like, you know, just below zero. But fuck, man, it was spooky for a minute there.
Oh my god, my sister's finally taking out the battery for the fire alarm.
Girl. God.
The reason why stream started late was because I was doing that, but then there was a cover on the battery cover. And I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to remove this? Because the video only showed me how to remove the main thing. So I was like, fuck that, I'm gonna do that later.
Gosh. I was going insane last night because there was a constant chirp noise that I thought was like one of them being low. Yeah, like that. And I was like, I was gonna go fucking crazy because I knew for a fact that every single one of them had just been replaced. So I was like, it's not you. It's not you. So I'd walk into a room and look at the wall where it was for like a few seconds, and be like, okay, and then move to somewhere else. It was one of the birds.
Oh my god, it was
Wasn't even
actually
one of the
chirping.
It was actual chirping. It wasn't
Aw.
just that. I was so fucking
Why do
mad.
they make it sound like chirping though?
I think it's just because loud noises like that, kind of like
Annoy
alarm
people?
clocks, are meant to alert you. Like, oh shit, like that's not a good sound. Like that means that.
Didn't really work
And
because I thought it was like a phone or device that was like, I don't know, being silly, so I just left it for a bit. And I was like, wait a minute, it's coming from like up there. That's weird.
it's being silly.
It's
Look
being
at you
silly.
It's being silly. Quiet now. You're being silly. Oh my goodness.
I think that's the teacher brain kicking in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that alarm clock. That fire alarm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. The space you're working on really is coming together.
Thank you.
Also, okay, this I have no idea if it is just me, and this is just targeted advertising, just working overtime.
Yes.
But it would be very funny. I have been harassed non-stop throughout the entirety of last week, Coco.
Mhm.
I've been harassed. I've gotten emails. Every single one of my YouTube ads have been about this like same place. I am being attacked.
About?
I am being attacked by my favorite voice actor and esteemed performer, Steve Bloom, and his voice acting academy.
Oh my god, really?
Yes, I signed up for the email thing because a while back he was giving out his free masterclass,
Yeah.
and I signed up to watch it. And afterwards, I was like, okay, that's like very different from like every other seminar I've ever been to. So sure,
Oh
all
yeah.
right. Mm-hmm. So I signed up for the email thing back then, and I've been getting like ads and announcements and stuff like that. Mostly ads for the Voice Academy, which is the whole point. But but just this last week, I guess he was having like a super sale to buy all the courses and stuff like that, and have like a month of free classes or whatever. And I guess they were really convinced this was such a great fucking deal that they just had it everywhere, just fucking everywhere. So most of my videos would start with, "Hi there, I'm Steve Bloom," and I'm just like, where's the They really wanted me to get it.
They wanted you to
It
get it. They
just
know
died down.
you.
They know. It's crazy. It's so funny though, because they're like, okay, he doesn't like the endless political ads. All right, so we're gonna start cutting those out.
Now
Replace them with
Steve Bloom.
Let's see. Let's actually check. Let's check. October 27th. So yeah, it's been a few days.
There is a reference.
Hmm.
Where did it go?
Where did it go?
Where do it go?
Hmm.
Indeed. Oh, it's because I didn't have a reference.
Why can't I find the thing? Oh, yeah, I never had it, huh?
Maybe
Well,
you hallucinated.
like, did you hallucinate the reference?
Maybe. I think I did.
Oh.
Oh.
Do, 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 do.
Dur, 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 dur. Dur, 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 dur. Oh my god! Almost Halloween?
Yes,
We haven't watched any
that's true.
Goosebumps!
I can't believe
I can't believe this!
Remember that one episode that was just Near Automata?
Which one was that?
It was the robots at the amusement park.
Oh my god, yeah!
Just, that was the whole thing.
You know what's wild?
Mm-hmm.
Have you played Harvestella or seen anything of Harvestella?
Harvestella. It sounds so familiar every time I hear it, but...
It was the Final Fantasy...
Final Fantasy farming game!
Yeah,
Okay.
the Final Fantasy farming game, which is pretty much the Final Fantasy / Nier Automata crossover / Drakengard crossover game. And I'm only saying
really?
/ Harvest Moon game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all of those mixed together. Because it's got the classic Final Fantasy elements. You have the carbuncle that you can ride around. You got like the fairies and the big crystal that is like really important, blah, blah, blah. And then the fairy girl that tells you all about what to do and all of that. And then the first place you go to is this this kind of dilapidated city that, used to be like old technology, but like it looks really modern, and it's like in this world that's like a fantasy world. So it's really like out of place. And then you go to the center of it and it's this giant fucking egg thing. And there's a big dragon in the egg thing. And it's full of like robots and automatons and like... And then there actually is an amusement park run by automatons.
What?
With like
What the
full-on
fuck?
amusement park, like music and everything with like the choir and all of that. Like,
what the fuck?
and then the actual story is, I could not predict it. I could not predict anything that happened in the story. It is insane. It is like beyond the crazy Final Fantasy stories. Like, it is going into like crazy Drakengard territory of like, who the hell came up with this?
Mm-hmm. We do
like,
the
we're
double
talking
genre.
multiple dimensions, like time. We're talking about everything. Okay.
We really
It's
are
all
everything.
in there.
Okay. There's a little something in it for everyone.
There is. And then you can also date the characters at the end of the story. And also the story ends like 10 times and then it finally ends.
It does the Lord of the Rings Dream the King. How many endings are there?
It's like every single time. I thought the story ended at chapter 5. It went up to like chapter 13.
Oh my
I'm
lord.
not kidding. And every single time it would have this big the end moment. We had like a Kingdom Hearts moment at some point. Like we went into like someone's head and it's insane. When I think about that game, I'm like, I wish more people played it, if only so I could just talk about the insanity that goes on in it. I think genuinely it's quite low budget. Like there's a lot of moments that I think they tried really hard to make it cinematic, but they clearly didn't have the budget to do, as cinematic as they wanted, or like get voice acting in. And I feel like it's a game made completely on passion alone, and they used as much of the budget as they could to make something.
So, just saying developed on passion also makes it sound like the gameplay mechanics themselves are also just kind of there.
The gameplay is... It's you can multi-class into like 10 different classes, and you learn them from meeting your companions. So every time you meet a new companion, you steal their class from them. You steal all of their
Okay.
abilities and their skill set and everything. You just you dress like them too, so like it's a bit, it's kind of silly. Like you meet this really edgy guy with like a big cloak and a
You're
gun,
like, that's
and you
really
just
cool.
yeah, and he's like, this is a special gun, I'm the only one that has it. Then you just like take his gun and you wear his like edgy ass cape.
This is the only gun like this in the world. Only I know how to make it and use it. Cool. I have one too.
It's very silly. I think I did enjoy a lot of the mechanics, and the gameplay is very Final Fantasy 14-esque. Like it feels surprisingly MMO for what the game actually is, but it's fine. I didn't find the gameplay tedious at any point. I think it was just the farming felt lackluster for someone that was expecting more farming than fighting, but it turned out to be more fighting than farming and more dungeon crawling than farming. So,
that kind of sucks.
which is fine. It was more of a story game than it was a farming game. I feel like the farming was more a gimmick. It's really funny because at the start of the game, you're just like, world-ending stuff happens, but like also it's a dream and you don't know, and you wake up with amnesia, and oh yeah, and then this other girl is like in this giant spaceship, and so the mayor and like this doctor take her out, and we both wake up together, and then she wakes up and she tells us, so I come from the future and the world is gonna end, so I'm gonna go like stop that, so I'm gonna just go. But they don't trust her, so they're like, no, what is she gonna do? And then a second later they're like, so how are those carrots that we planted earlier? I'm like, what?
Okay. We have our priorities a little mixed
She
up.
dumps literally the entire plot on us, fucks off,
Kills like the
and they're
carrots.
just like, no. Anyway, what about those carrots?
Yeah,
Should we go water those? Because we forgot to do that. I was like, what? Can we go after her? Isn't she like one of the evil people? Because like they kept calling her an omen, which is like evil. And it's like, you know, we can't keep our eyes, like we have to keep an eye on her. We have to make sure she doesn't do some shit. Then she tells us that she's gonna do some shit, leaves, and they're just like, whatever. It's such a silly game, but like it's also great. I really love it. It's one of those games that like I really want to see what else they make, because they clearly have so many ideas, and it's like I'm hoping that, you know, they get more creative, like they get more funding and they're able to kind of pursue whatever they want to do, because they've got some plans.
Yeah,
They've got
it
ideas.
definitely sounds like it. I'm not sure if it's high concept or just big idea that they were having there, but wow.
It started off being
crazy.
like, this is really silly, and then it started being, what the hell? Then it did get a little high concept, and then it got a bit too high concept, and I was like, I feel like we forgot what the concept was.
I feel like we got lost in the weeds a little bit. Here we are now.
But it was a fun journey. I think I felt quite similar to how I felt finishing 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. I was like, where are we anymore? What are we doing?
Little did you know.
And then
we go to the moon and back.
Virtue's Last Reward. And then...
Zero Time Dilemma.
That which must not be named.
I have it platinumed on
Why?
on the PlayStation. Because I did it for the last game. Because I did it for
Why would you do that?
I did it for Virtue's Last Reward, so I said, you know what? I'll do it for this one too. This one was really short, so I suffered through all the endings.
Oh my god.
I found all the collectibles, read all the lore they backpedaled on.
Really, really got all of Steve's big lore. What was his name? The asshole.
Yeah, he's an asshole. That's so stupid.
That's the game that I could forget and I'd be happy.
Hmm. I can't even. I couldn't even tell you what happened at the time in that one. I just remember being mad. That's the whole time.
I remember starting off being like, "Oh, this is really silly. Like I can't take it seriously because it's so dumb." And then it started messing with the previous games and it stopped being silly and funny and I started getting really annoyed.
Mm-hmm. It's like, why are we doing this still?
And then it pulled that thing at the end and I was like, "You've wasted my time.
Uh,
And I'm never gonna give you."
Yep. You sons of bitches. You ruined it.
I am so pissed off at that ending. I'll never not be pissed off. I have to commend it for that. It made me feel a range of emotions.
You can't say you didn't feel anything while playing
Exactly.
it.
I don't know if we were supposed to, but someone out there, someone who wrote that ending was like, this is the smartest shit. They're gonna feel so stupid. Oh my god.
Gosh.
Sometimes people shouldn't have creative freedom.
Sometimes we were talking about a lot of stuff, actually. It's too much stuff, I would argue. But
Yes, I went into all of Harvestella, keeping as
Yes.
spoiler free as I could for everyone else. And then it went over to Zero Time Dilemma, as it does. As you do. There was another thing in not Zero Time Dilemma, in Harvestella that I will never forget. There was this unicorn character, and for some reason they have a full sprite, and they give you a power, so it's like they're a companion, and you can marry them at the end. I don't know why.
what?
And the whole time I was like, so before I realized you can marry them, the whole time I was like, well, they're in our party, even if they can't fight with us. So maybe they're a boy. Like maybe they're like a Bishi boy, like a prince guy or something. And we can turn them from a unicorn to a prince guy. And the unicorn was my favorite character for the whole game. So I was like very adamant that they would turn into a prince and we could marry them. No, they don't turn into a prince. They stay a unicorn, but we can marry them.
They have a unicorn, but we can marry them. No.
And like the funniest bit was when you propose to the unicorn, you give them a letter, and they eat the letter. So when you propose to everyone else,
I don't know why you gave me a letter. I don't have the hands. I have hooves. I can't open this.
Yeah, so if you give it to everyone else, they'll write back in like a day being like, oh my god, wait, can we meet up and like talk about this? But if you give it to the unicorn, our characters, like after a week, they're like, why hasn't unicorn responded? What's up with that? So we go check on it, and unicorn's like, oh, have you come with more delicious treats? And we're like, what? Like, your delicious letter was the most beautiful, tastiest letter I've ever had. And I'm like, oh
no.
And then we like propose to them in person. They're like, oh, yes, you can be my peon. And I'm like, what?
What?
And then they live on our farm, thinking that once again we are just their peon. So it's a marriage of sorts.
It's some arrangement, yes, I guess. What the fuck? What is this game?
I don't know.
I wasn't ready, and I don't think that there would be anything in this universe that would have me be ready for all of that. That is insane from start to finish.
Like, I'm sorry. They advertise it as like, oh, it's like Final Fantasy, but you can also farm carrots. And it's not that. It is so much more.
There's so much more to be seen.
It's insane.
Oh my god.
There's one of those like pleasant surprise types of games where like, I don't know if I was expecting any of this, but I am pleased. I don't know what's happening to her hand.
It's evolving.
It's turning into something.
It's everyone's favorite song. I stopped the world and melt with you. Woo-doo.
I'm like not being funny. It's honestly so weird knowing that this is Willow Smith because it does not feel like Willow Smith. But then I also
That's good. That's good.
was introduced to her from like the Whip My Hair Back and Forth, and it's nothing like that.
Mhm.
Like some of the songs range from like grunge rock and then trance and then like alt rock, and some of them are just really experimental. Like I don't know. I can't even describe. Like it's just really. It's not how I envision like Willow Smith music, like you know, from the Whip My Hair stuff to this.
Mm-hmm.
But I love it.
I'm not shocked that all of the Smith kids turned out to be weirdos when they were allowed to do their own thing.
It's kind of funny, and I kind of love that for them though, that they kind of made their own identity in the bizarrest ways. Can't believe you brought all that up while I was out dog walking. I'm so sorry, Flint. This is why you need to put us on like a podcast. Gotta have us on 24/7. I need to stop listening to us so I can stop trying.
What is It's like, oh, you could be here for the art stream. Like, oh, you're so great. And then it says, man, now I'm kind of double guessing. I don't know if this is a good idea at all. Oh,
I don't know about that
fine.
boop guy.
It's
I don't know if this
I
was a
would
good idea to invite this boop fellow.
I just probably play games or something. I don't know. Oh. Lays down face first in the floor. Just
Like I gave him a shot from one of my art streams and like kind of backfired. So
yeah, put him on the blacklist.
back in the circle.
We're back, and that's what the circle is. Yeah,
That's what the circle is. It's Halloween. We should do a craft.
Should we do a craft?
We should do a craft.
Let's do a craft. All right, we'll do a craft for Halloween.
Yay! We'll randomize to see which one we get.
Oh my god! Oh man, it's like doing. It's like taking your chaser before taking your shot. Like that's what it is.
There's gonna be so many people that don't know what the craft is, and they're just like, "Oh, the craft the remake. That sounds cool."
If you only knew. When did we watch this thing last?
It was like a year ago.
Was it? Let's say it was sooner. When did we do it?
I don't know about that. I think Flink's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, that tracks.
Flint doesn't know what he's talking about. See? July 2023. We're due for it. I think everyone should be inducted into the craft.
Everyone needs to become members of the circle.
No.
We were looking for our fourth.
No.
It could be you.
No, we can't have that happen. We have to make sure everyone watches the craft so they know not to join the circle, so that they're on better
Oh.
behavior. It's like a correctional. They don't know.
Just
They won't
sit-
know that.
No, go sit in the circle until you've learned your lesson.
Actually, you're not a weirdo, and you shouldn't be. We're
We
not the
are the
weirdos.
Oh man. I think it's so funny that there are people who still think of that movie fondly.
I
I still
do.
think it's funny. I just think it's so funny. It's like people treat it in such high regards, and I'm like,
Oh yeah,
The
it's not
craft.
that, but no, you know what? I do get it because it's the aesthetic of that time period, and also the fashion in the movie is really really good. So I can see it from that standpoint as being like genuinely very well made. But in terms of the story and the writing, it's like it's good. It's not like
but
amazing, and it has a lot of faults, but I do think it's good. That might just be me comparing it to the remake, and anything is amazing compared to that. But and the movie is like amazing compared to the remake, but like I don't know if it's amazing on its own or just in comparison. I do think it's enjoyable though. I think it's a very enjoyable movie. Not the remake though. That's why it would be fun to like have that bit of like the fear factor of potentially having to watch the remake.
it's a threat every time.
But it's a threat that they won't
just-
see coming. They don't know.
I think it's so fucking funny that the story of that is still just my partner found the trailer, and I was like, "This looks like the worst thing ever." And then eventually they were the ones who brought it up. They're like, "Oh, hey, that Craft movie is out now." I'm like, "Oh, what? Wait, what?" And so we watched it, and we were stupefied. Then I introduced it to everyone else. So
It's such a treat.
it's such a delight.
Such a delight.
Yes, quite.
And all must experience this.
This Halloween season.
We haven't really
Join
watched
us.
anything spooky, so maybe the horrors of a bad movie are what we need.
Exactly. Well, there's some horror elements in it, like the guy who was addicted to sex.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
The guy who played Mulder in X-Files. Mulder and Scully. I know we need a day, but it's like hard when you kind of work on the weekends when everyone's actually available. So, we'll see.
Do I like Cloak? I think I like Cloak, but that means I have to stretch the screen again. Do I like it that
But-
much?
Yes, but see the vision. See the vision. you can achieve that vision.
I can, if I crop and resize the canvas. That's what I mean, like, this song is so different to the... I don't know. I don't know. Oops.
These all have been very weird. Been like their own different ways.
Exactly. I can't describe
This girl
it.
found This girl found a way to be strange in so many ways.
It's like she's put, I don't know. She's found a weird like niche, and she's like somehow popularized it.
It's an American holiday. Oh, luckily for you, Thanksgiving's coming up. Sheesh. What a joke of a holiday. Man, Thanksgiving should get a week, and Christmas should also get a week.
That's really true.
That's pretty international. We are. It is 4 o'clock. That means it is MPW time.
Aww.
Mhm.
Okay, you know what? I've done what I can for today.
Okay.
I'll finish it later. But
Hey,
I
there
will
you go.
finish it before the month ends. I'll finish it tomorrow.
Okay.
On Halloween.
Tomorrow then. Tomorrow during the craft, I guess. I don't know.
During the craft, yes. I say we set it for tomorrow because it's Halloween.
Down. I'm actually off until the day's done, but I do have an appointment in the evening around like 5:30. So we'll just see.
Let's see. We'll see how it goes with everyone else, but I say tentatively we'll put it down. All right.
Okay.
We've made I've made like 2% progress today. I feel like I've just been adding like a line here and a line there. Make the cape a cloud.
Cape a cloud. Yeah. Can you make the cape of the beams of light that
I was
are
going to say, what if I just make it beams of light to fit the background? What if it's a cape made out of light? Wait a minute. What if like the inside is actually, and that's what's reflecting the other light on them? Okay, wait. I have an idea. I'm gonna see how it looks. But I'll do that off stream.
Okay.
I have an idea. Listen. You will see the results later on. Have a vision.
Do you think the cape light work? Do you think it'll work this time, chat? Type 1 for yes.
Metaphorically, because he was the prince, but he wasn't actually. But it's that hope that she sees in the cape that she's envisioning.
Oh my lord! It's the light at the end of the tunnel, but the tunnel is a cape.
What does 2 mean? What do you mean?
Get toot on. Get toot on.
Stop doing me. All right, let's wrap this up. Good night. I'm putting off Willow, and I'm putting on the Dirt Man.
I'm putting on the Dirt Man. This is the theme of Spirit Halloween. Oh my god, I haven't listened to that all month. I need to find that.
You need to listen to it.
I need to listen to it.
All right, at the end of the song, we're leaving. So say your goodbyes. Thank you guys for joining, and listening, and not actually watching me draw because I didn't. But I'll see you later.
Look, I was watching something. I don't know if it was progress, but I was watching something, and I enjoyed it. So.
Thank you.